Good morning, Snoopy Doopas. How are you doing today? Sorry your dad is late. I had to go yell at your little brother for touching the thermostat. I had to go scream in the lawn because the neighbor is spraying your mom's begonias with mosquito spray. I had to go scream at construction workers because their leaf blowers were too loud at the crime scene. I'm just kidding. I honestly was just trying to find a video for you about today's coverage that is not too long because they tend to get that way on the topic that we're going to discuss. Let me turn myself up. Am I too loud or are you guys okay? Give me a one in the chat if I sound good. And if it's too loud, give me a two. We'll say that. How are we doing, everyone? Let's pop your comments up here. Hello, Holly. Hello, Web Weaver. Your dad's a little bit tired. His schedule's a little wonky. He got plenty of sleep. It's just I'm not used to being up in the day, and I have to be up in the day today. In the sunlight, I'm like a vampire. It touches me, and I scream. I squeal. Did you guys have fun with Uncle Alex? Also, can I just say, I know it's probably going to put us behind. I'm not going to go on a 20-minute rant, but I want to thank you kids because let me tell you something. First of all, you were so kind and loving. I can tell right away that probably 90% of my chat has that family member, the one who gets a little too fucked up, either on a holiday or just every day. And they just, all their demons come out. And you know how to handle it with grace. And you also know how to protect them and say, hey, you're about to say something that can be held against you in a court of law. Don't say that. And, you are the type of people who will get your drunk friend a ride home. You are the type of people that, you would probably make sure that your friend doesn't go with that weird guy at the bar and you keep an eye on your surroundings. That's the type of people you are. And I applaud you because I read through all of your comments and you guys were, first of all, not only super sweet and helpful, as you saw your Uncle Alex dipping into Vietnam flashback territory, for which he's aware, and we were laughing our asses off at that. It's pretty much all my fault because I was the one who was like, we have to go on late and insisted. And, he was already having his evening wind down, for which he's an adult and he's allowed to. But your dad also brought up a lot of topics that he probably shouldn't have because that might have tipped him over the edge. So that's my bad. But you guys were super kind. And not only that, you were thirst trapping over him. He's your fucking uncle, you guys. This isn't Game of Thrones. What is wrong with you? It was so funny though. And he would bring up topics that I've heard him go on rants on before. And I'm like, nope, you don't want to do that. And you guys were so funny. You were going with it. We were having fun with it. And I applaud you all. What a great live, And the one with Auntie Bev, same. Everybody was on board. You understood the personalities. You understood the audience. You were part of the show. And it was so fun. We enjoyed every moment. Good morning, Lori Life 360. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, everyone. So I just wanted to tell you, I absolutely love these chats. I think that you guys are what make it great, honestly. It's real. Like, I'd be nothing without my children. I'm working, so I'll be in and out, Holly says. And also, I love how you guys share little bits of your private lives with us. I know that can sometimes be like, oh, it's the internet. I don't want to comment. Or, even if you're saying something controversial, you guys seem to say it in a way that it is very constructive. You're so fucking good at self-moderating, You're kids that I would leave alone for the weekend and not expect to throw a full-on rager. You might have a dinner party, which is very mature of you. And you might get a little fucked up and, probably try something from a smoke shop that you're not supposed to, but you're the type of kids who are going to know better than to get arrested or let someone fuck up dad and mom's, DVD collection or something. Good morning. Good morning from the East Coast. For once, I'm glad to have come down sick and had to take off work so I can catch you live while being snuggled with my furry feline wolf back on the couch. How many felines are in your wolf pack? We have questions. Or do you have one and it is its own wolf pack, which I love for you? Send the dead pictures. Dad's fridge is going to go up this week. I'm going to post some more of your art. I'm collecting them. Thinking of making a slideshow for you kids. I think that would be fun. And we can look at it. Okay, everybody says one. So everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Excellent. Thank you. And you're also like, I'm like, when's in the chat for this? And you let me know. You guide your dad. And I appreciate that. Hello, Azen. Hello. And by the way, again, you're all fekkin birds. Good morning. You fucking birds. You fucking sweet potatoes. I love you all. K-Buns, Web Weaver. And I'm recognizing you guys. It reminds me of back when I worked at Starbucks and like I memorized people by their drinks. Like I didn't know anybody's first name, but I knew like triple grande, upside down, inside out, caramel macchiato, whatever, you know, like that guy. And I feel like with y'all, even if you have like a name that I know isn't yours, I can associate it with the picture. But you guys, here's the second thing I want to commend you on. You fucked your dad up last week because you all changed your picture to cats. And it was killing me. And I was trying to hold it in while we were talking about some of the more serious subject matter. But I slowly started seeing all of your pictures one at a time become cat. I am not a cat. I am not a cat. And it was killing me. It was so funny. I absolutely love that. Big fekkin birds. And we have a lot to talk about today. I had to make a list. I actually wrote everything down. We've got a list. You can pause on the list probably in the future and see everything. And we're going to stick to that list today, but not before I say hello and good morning to all of my favorite children. Hello, Gotha Bree. Hello, everybody. Dad. Hello, Daisy Love. How are you doing? We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. Rewatching Auntie Deb is so fucking funny. I've been texting with Auntie Deb and we're doing a swap of gift bags, if you will. Maybe we'll do an unboxing. I don't know, because I'm sending him some really funny stuff. I'm sending him a lot of goofy shit from Texas. I'll show you guys a little sneak peek. I don't know if he'll watch this, but I'm going to send him some Texas pecan coffee from the HEB. I'm going to send him some conchitas. And I'm probably going to get some fideo to send to him. And that's also the HEB brand. Some of you were asking what HEB is. And I said, oh, Lord, it is the best thing on earth. I love it so much. My voice shakes thinking about it. It's delicious. It's got everything. Well, it's delicious. It's got a lot of delicious things in it. It's our supermarket. It's the best in the world. And they are just fucking great. And it stands for, I think it's Howard or Henry E. Butt. B-U-T-T, like your booty, which is funny because that's the family who owns it. And it's a dynasty here. Bros and TCs. It's a dynasty. It's amazing. Good morning, Hudson. Good morning, my sweet baby boy. Good morning, Twisted Quill. You fekkin birds. Wait a minute. I came in on fodder saying he would leave us alone. Woot, I did. I left you alone briefly. What else was I going to send? I'm going to send Auntie Deb something else that I had up here, but I don't. I think I already put it in the box. I wanted to show you. It was a weird brand of cookies. But yeah, send me kitty and doggy pictures. Send me your art. Send me everything. You guys rule. You come up with the best shit. I absolutely love it. Auntie Deb absolutely loved you guys. I think you might have inspired him. And I saw a bunch of you in his chat because I went back and watched. I watch everything Auntie Deb. And you're all in his chat, and I absolutely love it. And if you haven't gotten in his chat, get in there and go to your Uncle Alex's channel too. He's so Uncle Alex and me, that was more of like an intro into him, so that I can kind of ease him into this environment, because he's probably not used to this demographic. I think he was a little spooked at first, but then he loosened up and then he started telling war stories. But that was more like an intro into him and what he's about. And I do plan on having him on in the future to go more in depth on specific cases. On this one, it was more just kind of getting to know each other, him and you guys, so you could meet your estranged uncle who's been in, what should we say? He's been in a forever Sturgis bike rally. No, he's been, I don't know, off with his boys. He's been on the open road. He's been crab fishing off the coast of Alaska. But yeah, that was a chance for you to meet him. And for those of you who didn't know Auntie Deb, to meet Auntie Deb. And for those of you who do, to ogle at her and ask her questions because she's amazing and she's your favorite aunt. So we did that. Good morning, listening at work in Massachusetts. How is Massachusetts right now? Is it still fucking hot? It's fucking hot here. It says it's 94, but yesterday at noon it was 103. So I'm pretty pissed about it. We all love Auntie Deb. The best. The best. Hello, who killed Beth Ellen Vincent, by the way. If you kids want to listen to a really good podcast about a cold case, a true crime cold case, 30 years old, young lady from North Carolina, Beth Ellen Vincent. She was found murdered in outside of her car on the side of an embankment with her car left running. I believe Green Day was in the CD player. I'll never forget that because I was like, she has badass taste. She was 17 years old. The story's wild. The way she was found, the situation, the potential for corruption, a little bit Cantony. It's wild. It is a crazy situation and story, and this is an amazing podcast. It is called Who Killed Beth Ellen Vincent. I will put a link in the description below when this is over. You should all go check it out. Also, Love Your Name Without Limits Budgets with Errol Lynn. What is that? I love that. But yeah, you guys go check out. That's such a funny. I love it when you guys have long screen names. They're hilarious, like Lori Life 360. But go check out Who Killed Beth Ellen Vincent. You could just literally type that in with podcast also if you want to go like put it on your list right now. But it's amazing. And I'm catching up on everybody's stuff. Good morning, LA. You're spoiled. Oh no. Also, your dad's phone keeps buzzing. Let me tell this person to frig off for a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to mute that because I can't handle that the whole time. Hold on. Give your dad one moment. It's so hard to breathe after they mow the lawn here. And we got the lawn mowed. And now your dad's just got all this dust and pollen and shit in him. Let's see. How you doing, fekkin potatoes? That's like my puppy Hank. When I rescued him, he came from my niece. Her last name was Butts, and his original name was Harry. Oh, shit. Maybe Hank started the HEB dynasty. My son said we needed to change his name. My grandson loved the original name. I say keep it. Good morning, Melly. How are you doing? How are you doing, Melly? I love that you got. I recognize all of you guys. This is the best. Melly, you missed it, but when y'all changed your pictures to cats, it killed your dad. It was so funny. Excuse me. Athena Van, hello, Athena Van, hello, everybody. And what are you saying without limit? I'm 1 minute away from the Kansas City, Missouri border. I'm in Independence. It's gonna be 101 there today. Oof. Are you guys used to that though? Without limits? If you're not, I don't know if you need advice or anything, but whenever it's getting to be like over 100 on the regs, if I have the money, when I get up in the morning to go get your boyfriend's or your dad's boyfriend's energy drink or your dad's coffee, I will, if I'm not making it myself, I will go get a bag of ice. I don't know how much the ice is there, but here in Texas, it's like about $2, sometimes 99 cents for a big old bag. I will get that. I will stick it in the fridge and I will just kind of keep a cup on me all day and just constantly be sloshing that ice around. Just have it just in case. Also, that's when we pull out the fans. We got the AC going. We got the fans going. You know, whenever it works, at least. Jeez, it's so bad. Anyway, gosh, that sucks in Missouri. Is that feel? I feel like that's not normal. Is that like is that technically the Midwest? I don't know anymore. I'm not good at states. Public education is not very good. Yes, Green Day. Green Day. Good morning, everybody. I remember that. So I have billboards asking that question here in North Carolina. Yes. And by the way, cold cases, there are some states where they have like blip initiatives. If you don't know what blip is, I believe it's still around. It's a billboard company. Anytime you see those electronic billboards up, there's a couple of different ones that you can pay. You know how you usually typically back in the day you would pay for like a big paper billboard. It's usually something like $1K to $5K and sometimes even more depending on the location, and it just kind of stays there, right? It's a paper billboard. If someone defaces it, you know, that's between you and the company on how that's going to get amended, how they're going to fix that. Usually the graffiti just stays because it's too expensive. So, you know, billboards have their ups and their downs, but one of the interesting things about the electronic billboard system is it's kind of like how Times Square, you can pay for advertisement to have your shit flash up there. Well, same thing with billboards. You can pay now for like 5-second slots, 15-second slots, X amount of times a day on specific billboards all over the US, not just where you are. And it costs different amounts of money. And this company runs it, and they have billboards all over the US, and you can literally use it for advertising for anything. And that's a little bit worrisome because you can imagine how creative people have gotten. And I mean, I bet it's funny, but I can just imagine there are some billboards up that are like, oh, we need to second guess this. But anyway, the whole point is cold cases and missing and murdered victims, missing children in particular. There are a couple of states that have an initiative, like a deal, if you will, with some of these companies like Blip, where they are allotted a very specific amount of time and a number of times for ads for missing kids and cold cases to pop up in exchange for that space or the ability to do that. And it's very interesting to me how it all works. And I've inquired about it for a few missing persons cases. And in Florida in particular, they're like, no, you don't have to put up that because we already have a specific amount that goes towards cold cases. And, they put it up for us for free. So don't even bother. However, if you want more eyes on it or if you want it in other places, you can do that. So that's something to think about for families who have missing and murdered loved ones, to check out the Blip or the billboard system. And I'll actually update below after this whether or not it's still called Blip, because you know how these companies are always changing their fucking name. But it's pretty brilliant. I think it's going to change the way families can advocate, because it used to be that you'd have to raise money for a billboard or have one donated. And now there is a reasonable option to get that stuff out there, that information, the flyer of your loved one, the information on a missing and murdered case without, it's not going to be up 24/7 for everyone who passes by to see, but you can, get a time slot of like 30 seconds at 5 p.m. off this highway. It's usually not too bad. The cost is not exorbitant, in my opinion. So the RNC, I'm not leaving my house this week. Don't. Just treat it like COVID. Stay home. Yeah, welcome to allergies. Are so bad here. The docket calls me WLBW because my name is so long. I'm just going to call you without limit. I'm going to call you No Limit Soldier, girl. I'm going to call you. That's our NLS. Web Weaver. Yep. We all know that feeling. Ugh, it's so bad. I feel bad for anyone who lives in Atlanta. I feel so bad for Hudson. I don't know where you are in Georgia, but oh my God, that was the worst pawn I've ever seen in my life. I used to, your dad one time when he was doing stand up, I used to tour with this band. They were like a progressive, like not death metal, but just like a prog rock metal band. They were really amazing. They're basically like the Mars Volta, in my opinion. They were called We the Granada, and they were so incredible. And it was before they split up and became the band Boyfriends, and I have to think of the other name, but I'll put their links below because they're awesome. They're my homies. I used to open for them on tour, and we did a little one that was kind of all around the South, and we went through Georgia, and I was doing stand-up comedy, and then they'd come out and be like, bah, 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 bah. It was awesome. But Georgia, I couldn't breathe when we were there the whole time. There were it was like that thick of pollen just fucking everywhere, and it was gold, and I was like, what is that? I thought that somebody had like coated the earth with some sort of chemical. I was like, what's going on in Georgia? And no, it was pollen, and it blew my fucking mind. I've never seen anything like it. I don't like the weather here. I'm sitting in 67 degrees in my house with my 5 chihuahuas, keeping it cool. Good. Everybody keep it cool. Good morning, everyone. There's a YouTuber who is doing Blip donations in various states for Sebastian. Hey, that's a great idea, That's a great idea. I don't care who they are, even if they're a piece of shit. I don't care who they are. That is a great idea, Genius. Love that. Because somebody has to take that initiative. And like, I'm pretty sure that they'll also they'll give you deals, I think. Like, if the cool thing about it when I inquired about it is you can see all your options online, right? But if you're serious, you can put in for a quote. At least that's how it was when I looked into it. And someone will contact you. Like, you can speak with someone, or you can do like a chat thing. You kind of, when they you can tell them what it's for, and when they realize what it's for, oddly enough, like I spoke to maybe 2 to 3 customer representatives, probably that within a year, and every single time they're like, "Oh, well, let me speak to a supervisor." They were really cool about getting a deal, trying to help you or get you extra exposure. He has 22 blip boards. Great, fantastic. It's really genius, especially with the major highways. And when you consider if you're looking for the victim of a truck stop killer, every trucking route, it's just brilliant. It's a quick way to get a lot of attention on a lot of different areas, especially for somebody who you think could be anywhere, literally. It is the best way because nobody can afford 100 billboards. There was that one case, though, of that lady who put up a whole bunch, and that was a fucking boss bitch move, and I love her for that. They made a movie out of it. I feel like that case itself was in East Texas, too. Good morning on the mic. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about billboards. Billboards. It's good to see everybody. We put up the billboards for the Beth Ellen case. They are expensive. Have you guys considered blip? I'll send you some information. I'll send it to my Beth Ellen contact so she can get it to you or to you directly. Just hit me up, email me. I'll send you some info because it's really brilliant, especially like if you just put them at specific peak points in the day, which it'll also tell you like where the peak traffic is. I like to focus on, especially if it's a small town. I know that your situation was Greensboro, Raleigh, right? But the small surrounding towns around it, that's where they're not as expensive and you can still put them at peak times for people coming and going into town. I found that a lot of times, and this is just a general thing, that's my opinion, but I found that a lot of times when you have people who stay forever and linger around the area who might know something or a tip about a case, if they do move, it's usually to like a smaller town outside. So that could be really helpful. But God, I can't imagine how much you guys spent on billboards because it's so fucking expensive, isn't it? Luckily for Roxanne's case, 2 times, maybe 3 now, people offered to donate billboards. And I called on pretty much every billboard person I knew that I could find. I didn't really know any personally, but I called a whole bunch of them and couldn't get anybody to donate because you should always try that first if you can too. But somebody reached out finally to her sister and they offered it, and that was amazing. But it can be fucking expensive. Blip is a great option though. We got ragweed and grass going crazier, I can imagine. The YouTuber got like 548 blips over a month, and the receipts at Exceed, it cost $35. That's crazy. And like they call it a blip because it just blip, it flashes, right? And the idea among some people is that it's just for a second and that it's supposed to get in your subconscious. Sure, that's a thing, but in reality, they blip a lot longer. Like I've seen them here in Austin. Some of them they'll fold like this, and it's like I don't know, it's like a transition from Canva, and it's very funny. We'll definitely be looking into the blip billboards. Oh, you should. It can say, in fact, what'd she say? It was $35 for 548. It's crazy. And you can get a direct quote online, and then you can request to speak to someone, or you can just auto buy it. And what's even cooler is if you have listeners in other states, ask them to go take a picture of the blip you'll know when it's going to blip. So you can tell them at 5 p.m. it's going to blip over here and stuff like that. And then sometimes you can put it, at least back then, that's how it was. I haven't looked at it in a while, but you could either pick the times or you can let it pick for you. So that's pretty cool. Good morning. We're going to start getting to the point. I like to try to get to the point. I like to give us 25 minutes to 30 minutes of just gabbing. And I'm going to start figuring out putting like specific timestamps or whatever for people who don't want to hear my bullshit. Because that's fair enough. I don't either, but to live with myself, so I may as well make the most of it. Good morning, family. Good morning, everybody. I love that the electronic billboard system does that for missing individuals. Yeah, and it really depends on the place, but I know that the FDLE or whatever in Florida, they have a deal with them. And I know that because one of the investigators on one of the cases that I was working on, he told me straight up, he's like, you don't even need to do that. We already have a contract with them and her case is going to be running. And it's like, fuck yes, that was exciting. But he did tell me that it's not like that everywhere. It was like a special thing. Like Florida got a deal with them. So it's a state by state basis. Although I do believe they offer it. You just moved to Georgia, Michelle. What do you think of it? Are you having trouble breathing? It's not real, Hudson says. I believe it, man. Moved to Georgia a year ago, and the first time I saw pollen, I didn't know what it was either. I also accidentally left a window down the day that happened. Oh my God. I couldn't, like, we've got a lot of pollen here, like a ton, because we have a tree. First of all, we have pecans that just fall and just will fucking take out. They'll cut your head. It hurts so bad. They hit you so hard. But the pollen is like, it's so bad. It gathers on your car windows and then it gets in your fucking engine. You got to go vacuum it out all the time. It's just annoying. But in Georgia, it looked like keef. If any of you guys ever smoke weed, you know what I'm talking about. It looked like the shit that they make hash or keef out. It's just it looks like, I don't know. It just looks like almost golden flour. I don't know how to explain it. It's fucking wild and it's light and fluffy. And I'm just like, what is this touching it? And then I'm like, oh, I can't fucking breathe. Yes. Hello, everyone. Fluffy bunny. Hello. Hello. Oh my God. The RoboVac just started up and scared the hell out of me. Looking for people in Atlanta, you have to understand that one road can turn into like 8 other road names without warning. And also, you'll have peach on every fucking road. I think me and you were discussing that, right? Or was that me and Alice? Me and somebody who was working on a case were talking about every single fucking road is like peach this, peach that, peach the other. It's crazy. You didn't know all this information about the billboards. Good to know. I didn't either until I saw a billboard and it said inquire at blip.com for electronic bill. I was like, what? And then what's crazy is there was this I need to be careful how I word this. No, I don't. Fuck them. There was this really shitty comedy show here in Austin that was so bad. And it was just at this trashy bar. It was terrible. It was full of degenerates. It was awful to go to. It was an open mic. And they started using the billboard blip system. And it would flat, like you'd be driving down the road and then you'd see this guy that like, it's like, hey, I've seen that guy have a meltdown on stage before. Why is he on there? And then it's just like a comedy show. And that's one of the ways I was like, oh shit. Like I didn't even realize that was a thing. How do they afford that? They're poor. And then it's like, oh shit. Okay. So they made this so poor people could afford it. That's amazing. It's kind of like how taxis were expensive and Uber was like, we got this shit. I live in Goldsboro and see the Beth Ellen billboard every time I go towards Raleigh. See, and the fact that you're repeating that here shows that that sticks in people's mind, you know? The bullshit and tangents are my lifeline. That's how my brain works. Excellent. Good. I'm glad you guys like it. Because I'm constantly like, okay, calm down, Kat. You're getting too excited about this shit, talking about some crazy shit, or you're getting too freaked. You're freaking people out. Stop talking about that. You're freaking everyone out at the doctor's office. Where can I find the partnership info? My boyfriend does cold and active case pods with iHeart. What do you mean? The partnership info. I don't know what that means. But tell me what you mean by that, and I will fucking respond to you. Okay, what are we? Everybody, we're just saying hi. Yeah, it does look like keef, right? Like Keefa, you're all fucking high. I think it's oak pollen. I don't know. Hudson, what is it? Why is it gold? It was like yellow. It was crazy. Yeah, the oranges are the peaches. Oh my God. I saw a Georgia peach on a fucking tree and I was like, this is amazing. It was perfect. It was, and it was huge. Size of my fucking head. Yeah, I think it's oak. I don't know, Holly. It kills me though. You plan to visit there. Yeah, you got to be careful. Take your allergies. Take your allergy medicines. Take everything that you can with you if you go there. If you have a CPAP, I don't know. If you have an inhaler, take it. It is really, it looked like the marigolds in like El Dia de los Muertos art, or like, what is it? The Wizard of Oz when she's going to the Emerald City, when the part where it's all yellow, that's what everything looked like in the morning. And it was very cold. I want to say, I don't remember when we were there, but for some reason it was supposed to be like a hot day and it was cold. Hello, everybody. We're going to get to the point. Google keeps deleting my comment. I want a follow-up of Josh Zeman's doc about Lisk. You talking about Killing Season? Is he going to do a follow-up? Or do you want me to watch it and talk about it? I still wonder who that creepy guy was in that basement. He went to that guy's house. I'm like, shit, let's look back at him, because even if he wasn't Lisk, which we now know, like, guy's still fucking hella creepy. Like, calm down, dude. Like, that dude in the basement was crazy. I miss your lives. I have to go to work. Don't worry, go to work. I'll be here a little bit. I would love to know who pays for all of those religious billboards on I-95 in South Carolina. They don't say it's from any specific church. The billboards are very aggressive. Oh my God. In Arkadelphia, Arkansas, there were billboards that said, no loud or profane music. Loud music is the devil. Jesus is watching you. Repent. Repent from Satan. Just shit like that. We were like, what the fuck? And then in the corner, real little, you could see like it's the Save Family Now organization or whatever. But I've been noticing that there's some that don't tell you. And it's like, that's a move, isn't it? To just, here's information. Don't worry about contacting us. We'll contact you. It's fucking weird. It's like, okay, you're just promoting a message, but like, you're not going to give us any follow-up. Like, let's say I do want to change. Well, can you put a website? I would highly recommend going to, see, Texas is a bit weird. We have like a public utilities commission, and then our energy grid is separate. There's all these different companies that can run things like cable, Wi-Fi. And then if you set up anything here, even like an invisible fence for your dog, or you're going to dig for a regular ass fence just in your yard, you have to get permission from fucking everyone and their uncle and their cousin. And then you have to call a thing called dig tests, which is a 1-888. I don't remember the number anymore, but it's a, oh, excuse me, a burp. Sorry. It's something that we had to do at my old job. And you would call, and these people have to come out and like dig and make sure that you don't have gas lines or anything. It's like a whole process to get all kinds of shit done. But everything from billboards, public displays, if you want to build a private fence, if you want to build onto anything in your backyard, if you want to vote, if you want to fart, if you want to take your kid to school, if you want to call for pizza, like everything has to go through at one point or another a property records office or something that has to do with records. So typically, if it's anything in a public space, you can kind of find out who paid for it here. And it just depends on what the thing is. If it's a billboard, I'm pretty sure that we have, I can't remember who runs it, but it's county by county. And you can see who basically paid for a temporary billboard deed or something like that. I'll have to follow up with that and see if I can find one specifically for South Carolina. Or if you can get the mile marker or look it up on Google Maps and send me a link to show me which one you're talking about. Maybe I can help you narrow down where that comes from. I would look through the permits office first and foremost, especially if it's crazy aggressive. I would also look through newspapers and news articles and just put in quotes whatever the billboard says, and then look up news or videos. And I wouldn't even put South Carolina. I would just put what the billboard says in quotes, and then maybe billboard, and just put that on YouTube. See if any news articles come up about it. Because usually when it's really crazy aggressive, people complain and it'll be on local news. And they'll get up in their ass and find out. Your times are different. Hey, listen, I'm trying to do morning, noon, and night, like anytime I can. So basically the way your dead schedule works is I am an independent contractor. I also do comedy. So stand-up is usually late at night. Also, your dad does his independent contracting for places that aren't necessarily always the US. And it's a different time zone in random places that I work with, especially if it's New York or LA, it's going to be a little behind or a little ahead. And on top of that, I have school. And I can only do school in peace and quiet. And this is a loud house. So your dad has spent 20 years, actually 24 years, on an overnight graveyard schedule. Even when I worked at Starbucks, it was a 24-hour one. I worked overnight. At other coffee shops, same. When your dad works cybersecurity and stuff, sometimes I got to be up in the day, sometimes at night. So I just adjust it. And pretty much, my whole life, all but a little chunk of it has been on either a completely random schedule, or I'm cleaning overnights for, on hoarding apartments or scenes, if you will. I'm cleaning up so that they can be ready the next morning because of a high turnover rate. I did that for a couple of years. I've done a lot of different jobs. In radio, I worked early morning, which required me to be there at 4 a.m. So I'd get up at midnight 1. It's just your dad's on a weird schedule. So anytime I'm awake and have time, whether it's me getting up in the morning or my morning or me going to bed at night, aka your morning, I'm kind of on, like, I guess, an Australian schedule. I don't know. So I'm sorry, but I'm trying to make it all different times. You'll notice that they hop around so that if you don't catch me live, you can at one point or another, hopefully. All right, let's keep going. Oh my God, I have a lot to go through. Okay. Oh, you changed your profile picture. Thank you. I had to skip all the way to the end because I have been talking too long. I changed my pic to one of them for your sin has consequences. Repent. Ooh, that sounds like some Westboro shit. Interesting. I will look into it. That is neat. Maybe we could put that in Discord and that can be our next adventure after Henry and after or during Henry and the photo album. No, I mean I'm ahead about 12 hours ish. You keep missing. Oh no. Well, don't worry. We'll do sometimes I've been trying to, like, there have been 2 times I think I did 2 lives within the same 12 hours. Cybersecurity and OPSEC. It's just a lot of different things. It's contractor, it's skip tracing, research, things like that. For a while, I was working on an MLS database. It's not MLS, but it's a style of database for a real estate company here that actually just changed their name and sold to Dallas, a Dallas company. And I basically filled in and created a database of, like, this is every single apartment in this city in Texas. And these are the dimensions of it. And these are the property tax, like all the property tax info you would get as a realtor for a place, whether it's rentable or not, what the amenities are. We built a database and filled it in and then made it very easily accessible for realtors so that people, like, okay, I'll say this and then we'll move on. But in Texas, if you go to view an apartment because you want to live there, you typically pay a deposit, even if you haven't been accepted yet. You do an application and a deposit, and the deposits have gone astronomically up because of the housing crisis, if you will. And, it can typically be the first and last month's rent. So sometimes you're spending $2,000 on a deposit. Sometimes there's a waived one and you can get a deal. But you're almost always spending between $99 and $500 for an application, which is absurd. And there are track laws against specific activities, but there's really, as far as I know, at least at the time, there wasn't a very good cap on that, in my opinion. So people will go apply for a place and be rejected because they don't understand that in order to rent there, you have to make 3 times the monthly rent for your income, or you have to have a 550 or higher credit score. So you're basically applying to an apartment, spending $100 to get rejected when you could have known outright, hey, I don't have that credit score. I shouldn't apply here. It's not in their best interest. They're not making money to warn you ahead of time. Hey, here's what you need. They can give you something with a lot of fine print. It's up to you to read it. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just direct you to a website or to where to find the info, and then people don't follow up. So I've had a lot of friends and I know a lot of people who have done that, and they've had to spend like $500-$600 before they get accepted at a place. So my bosses created a database basically to stop that, and it keeps like a track of all of this information when it comes to applying. Whether you'll get rejected or not gets determined up front so that you don't go waste your money and get screwed. And they basically needed all that filled in for every single available apartment in a lot of cities, like basically San Antonio, at one point San Antonio, and then not anymore, and then Austin, Dallas, and all the surrounding, Richardson, Houston, all that. So I spent years doing that. And then a lot of cybersecurity and OPSEC for comedy based production companies, and basically anybody that needs, it's a lot of like almost like paralegal work or paralegals that are looking for open source intelligence for their jobs. So it's kind of just a lot of nosy shit. You know what I mean? I had one person hire me to go through a permit office and find out all the new builders in the area so that they could, I guess, I don't know, like promote something. I had one lady hire me to skip trace a bunch of people for an upcoming court case. It's just a lot of stuff like that. And then I've had people hire me to do a shitload of like DMC takedown requests on copywritten stuff, especially for pay-per-views and things that are not allowed or not supposed to be out to the general public yet. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's a lot. And it's a lot of tracking and skip tracing, not just for like bills and stuff, but for cases, for casework, families who just need help with stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot of that. And it's also a lot of like, it's really annoying just having to resend over and over the same shit to people like, hey, can you take this down? You're not supposed to be reposting this or uploading it. And it's a lot of monitoring, I guess, almost like modding, going through rooms, chat rooms, things that people are sharing information they shouldn't be sharing and then reporting it back so they can take it down. I'm a fucking narc. That's what I have to do, and it sucks. But yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I have a boyfriend. Hello. Rent went up because of RealPage, old-fashioned price fixing using modern. Yep. Property management companies colluded to share their info and hold back units. Fewer rent, decreased maintenance. Absolutely. And that's another thing is we I don't even know if I can be talking about this. I think I can. I'm not in an NDA and we already sold it. But the point is, there are also there are specific laws in Texas where you're not allowed to say this is a dangerous area. You can't legally say that as a realtor. So if somebody, for example, is a single mom with an only child, they've got like a daughter, and this place touts a really great playground and a high walkability score and all this shit. And then you get there and it's fucking terrifying and there's gunshots in the distance and stuff. And they look at you as an apartment locator or, a realtor, and they say, hey, is this a place where my kid could walk to school and be safe? Or am I going to get my apartment broken into? Or how many stabbings have been in this area? They can't legally tell you that. They say, ma'am, it's up to you. But look, a playground, you can lose your license. So you have to find ways around getting that info to them without insinuating this is a bad area. But also at the same time, if you really want your client to rent a place, you know what I mean? You want to make sure that they recommend you. For example, if you're a realtor, a real estate agent, anybody that is, apartment locating, stuff like that. And they're not going to do that if you put them in a shithole. So we basically track a lot of amenities and things. And instead of going and getting an ad for a place that they go, nope, we don't have any of those units available, that's just for the ad. Ours had more up-to-date real-time info because I would call 1,000 properties a month to make sure that shit's open and it looks like the picture. It's basically a lot of expediting places for people to live. There's a lot of that. And then putting it in a database so that realtors can look it up and use it. Anyway, hello. Small $25. Yeah, no, that's another thing is we would chart Section 8 availability and then try to get people, the amount of elderly people who would call me and be like, I've been in the same place for 30 years and they're kicking me out to build a new place. And I am on X amount of SSI a month. What is available? And everywhere you call, it's like, oh, there's a special right now and you can get half off the rent or you don't have to pay, this fee or that fee. And then they go apply and it turns out there's all these unrealistic expectations of them that end up getting them rejected, or that's just for 1 month and it's prorated and they're going to need XYZ up front. It was so hard to see. So I felt really good about helping create something that keeps people from wasting all their fucking money before they even find a place, Anyway, I talked too long about real estate. That's boring. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's a lot of that. I need to talk to you. Yes, email me, Daisy. I emailed you and you didn't email me back. Girl, hit me up. Let me see. Hello, everybody. All right, we're going to get to the point. Let's get to the point. How about that? Because I got to go all the way down. This is too much. Yeah, slum stacking. They've been doing this for decades. Yeah, there's just, and Texas has so many like crazy laws. And the thing is, it's not just that, it's keeping track of places that are new builds, like about to be open, because it was a big thing here in Austin, at least for a while. And I know other places in the state where, a company would be working on a development, or a builder would be working on a place, and it's supposed to be a specific type of housing with a specific number of units, and it's going to be XYZ management company, let's say Lincoln or something like that. And then it would come time for the ribbon cutting, and no one would be there, and it would be abandoned. And then the city would be like, oh, they pulled out of this contract, so now we just have this big abandoned building, but it's half done, and we can't put it in our database yet. And MLS already has it, so it's already advertising pre-leasing. So people go online and they file applications for a building that's not even ready yet, and they lose that fucking money. And all MLS had to do was not put it up to begin with. But because the original company that dropped the contract decided to pre-lease, and they never took down their website for some reason, it's just fucked. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm glad I live in the country. None of that BS. I know. Oh my God, the country's so nice out here. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Today, wait, what? In Ocala, in Florida? Or is that New York? Google censoring is pissing me off. I'm in Milwaukee hoping there's no riots. I don't think there's going to be riots. You're going to be all right. And also, what is Google censoring you on? What do you mean Google? These early morning lives are a bit rough for me. I know, Adam. It's because you're a sleepy boy. I think they do that in a lot of big cities. Yeah, they do. It's really crazy, especially when there's no housing for like homeless, low income people. You just got your notification, Angela. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I set up notifications. I tried. We'll get it going. We'll get it going soon. All right. Here's what I want to talk to you about today. I actually have a list. We're finally getting into it. People are going to be so pissed. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about last week that I didn't get to was what's my name.app. You remember that? Let's go to it real quick. I'm going to pull it up. It was in the first Ocala, Florida. Okay. Yeah, they're everywhere in Florida, right? Because everybody's fucking moving there. Y'all are the new Austin. Look out. It's happening, I swear. In Denver. If not already. That buzz might have already passed, but damn, Denver was getting crazy. So what's my name is the app. Let me share this page with you so you guys can see it. And I want to share it with the cookies happening. Oh my God, my phone's going crazy. I want to show it with the cookies declaration so that you can see what it looks like now, so you don't freak out if you go to it. This was in the first OSINT video that we did where we talked about screen name tracing. Here, let me put it on a full page. All right, I'm going to get a little sip of something here. Hold on. All right, notice how it says we use cookies to enable core functionality of this site. Without cookies, blah, 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 blah. Third-party cookies. We've talked about cookies before. Can we have a trace that you were here, aka a little cookie crumb, to show that this is where you visited? If you'll notice, the last time we used what's my name.app before it went down, because it did. And again, that URL is whatsmynam.app, and I will have that in the description below afterwards. Last time we used this, you didn't get this box. All right. Now I'm going to accept it for shits and gigs. But as you can see, everything else looks the same except this, which is a stop button. I have not seen this before. I do not believe it was there before. I was very excited because they didn't bullshit. You're dead. When I contacted them, they said upgrades to come. All right. Excellent. You'll also notice that this, I think, is a little different too, right here. The instructions in the categories box. You still have the filters. You can do all, and you still have all the options for here. Now, what is this for? If you haven't seen this before, again, I'll redirect you below, but, and yes, you can deny cookies, little Irish girl. You absolutely can. Sometimes that can Not in a lot of cases, but sometimes it can lead to a difference in the content that you receive back. However, in this case, I don't think it does. I just accepted that because I'm like, sure, take my fucking cookie. I'm going to clean it up later anyway. So when you go here, you can put in any screen name. You can put in any username that you know of, and you can do multiple ones at once. Just copy paste them all in here. It explains exactly how. Max of 10 can be entered. You can also go to Facebook if the person has a Facebook, and you copy paste the end of their URL. So if their name is like Janice.Dickinson, you would fill it in like this. You know how, oops, spelled that wrong. So you know how Facebook, and this is just to show you, since it won't show my URL. You know how sometimes it'll do that, and that's how you see the name right there? So you want to go to the URL box, highlight that, copy paste it, right? Then come over here to what's my name, put that in, come up here. Let's go to all. Some people want to exclude NSFW. Some people only want to find what Janice is looking at porn wise, okay? Or NSFW wise. In this case, we're just using this as an example. I don't know who this is, but we're going to click all. Now, let's see if it functions like it used to. Do you see this? Now they've added this. So we've got added to it. We've got the cookies situation. Now they want our cookies. Fine. Take my fucking cookies. I don't care. Or don't. Whatever. You choose. The second thing that we have is the stop functionality, which means you can stop a search at any moment. Let's say you fucked up. You put the wrong thing in. I don't know why you would want to. Maybe it froze your computer. That would be your emergency button, I guess. Then over here, let's do this. It says that it wants to confirm that we're a human. Place a dot at the end of the car's path. So it looks like the car is going this way. Right here. Confirm. That is correct. Now it's going to run. Now see how it's processing? Now it's popping up results. These are all the websites. This person, Janice.Dickinson, Casting Call Club, archive of something. What is this? Archive of our own.org. We've got the list over here, which you can copy CSV or PDF versions of, up to 50 rows. Hacker Rank, IFTTT, Internet Archive, Dibbiz, basically anything that has this in it as a user or a username is going to pop up. So down here, if we go look right here, we're going to see all of the Google results, and you can get it in Python code, text files, PowerPoint, Word document, spreadsheet, PDF, or all the results and JavaScript. Over here, and this is document specific, by the way. So this is going through documents that includes PDFs, anything that's research based. Look, I guess it was the model we were looking for. And it's also going to give you social media results. And over here, it's going to give you your basic Google search where this name is present. So it looks like they increased the functionality a little bit. It looks like they gave us a couple of extra options to halt our searches, which I guess is cool. I don't know really why that's important, but they added it, so that's cool. We've still got showing false positives, but they've changed this. Instead of negatives or, just a red one, we've got show not found or non-existent. It's giving you a little more depth into the difference as opposed to indicating. I want to say insinuating, but it was a little bit different before, where it was kind of hard to tell, like, is this someone who started an account, abandoned it, or what? No. This is going to tell you, look, this just doesn't fucking exist here. See? She does not have an account here. We know that. False positives, she could have, or she opened an account and abandoned it. It's a false positive. Or it could be someone else using a different IP address who happens to have the same one. That's going to be here. Now, same username, I should say. Now over here, and that's over there. This is the same username, probably not her, based on, it could be other things. Sometimes it's IP, sometimes it's picture, but now there's more AI technology where it can even match up matching screen names, things like that. I'm not sure exactly what they put into this specific OSINT Combine tool, but they seem to have updated it regularly. It's done me good in the past. It provides a lot of helpful confirmation links that really seem to authenticate a lot of accounts and can be proven through things like IP address, things beyond just the screen name, but other connectors like photos, things like that. Common other screen names that are linked within. Sometimes people will share their TikTok in the bio of one specific social media, but they'll also do it in others and it'll link that way. There's just so many different ways that you can use algorithms to encodes to link things. So it's very interesting. They also tend to have a shitload more on this one than others like Epios. Epios tends to have the most popular ones. This one is Australia predominantly based, I believe, unless they sold it, but we've got 638 accounts, right? So if we added another and we put Janice Dog Lady, I don't know, and then we keep going, it's going to actually process it twice. And now we're going to do another authentication check. Okay, here we go. So it's going to be processing each one at a time twice. And sometimes this number will increase once it finishes. If you do them side by side, I believe it will give it to you with both of them consecutive. But anyway, we don't have enough time to wait on Janice. But yeah, it's back up, you guys. It's back up, and that's so exciting. And also, I may as well show you this while we're here now. Let me pull this down and pull back up the OSINT Combine source page. Here we go. Because this is also cool. And I don't know how many of you saw this, but if you go click up in the right corner of that page, it's going to take you here. And these are the folks who focus on creating that wonderful tool that you guys get to use for free. Yeah, it is the head offices in Sydney. I was right. So you can learn all about the company, how the tool that you're using works, how you can see they're into countering human trafficking. It's just a really great organization. You can use it for corporate security, defense intelligence, national security, law enforcement. It's pretty tight. It's basically like a public tool that is used by professionals. And it's so rare that we get that. In my opinion, it's, well, I wouldn't say it's on par with, but on a much lesser level, it would almost be like if VICAP, well, not VICAP, what do you call it? CODIS was shared with us. You know what I mean? But more of like a screen name version of CODIS. They also focus in geospatial intelligence, link analysis, corporate records, securing the deep and dark web, public records. There's just so much that they can do. They talk about all the different ways to make the world a safer place. And I love that for them. And you can also look at the resources right here. There's all sorts of stuff on OSINT. Here's the best free tools. I highly recommend clicking it. You've got the What's My Name username tool, which we just used. There's a bookmark stack for OSINT. There's a dark web bookmark stack. There's an inauthentic content analysis map. You can use the Instagram Explorer, the Social GeoLens, the World Social Media Platforms tool, the TikTok Quick Search, All Tech Social Search, Reddit Post Analyzer, which is insanely useful, but last time I tried to use it, it was not working very well. But I think that they've updated almost all the platforms, and a data visualization tool, which is great. And I just clicked it to show you. You can see all the different ways that you can analyze data with this thing, and we're not going to get into it right now, but Nexus Explorer is awesome. Anyway, I didn't come down off that. That was a hard one. There's so much. There's so much available at our disposal through them. God bless those that combine. God bless you. All right. I want to talk to you about a case now because we're going through the list. So we're going to check it off each time we get through it. All right. I didn't discuss Epios with you. We'll do that another day. I switched it out for What's My Name because I think that's very important. And you guys was bitching to your dad about how it was down. Well, guess what? It's back up, sweethearts. It's back up, my sweet little potatoes. Okay. I do think that it's time to go through your comments and say hello again to a few of you who have joined us. Did the Discord homework. This tool is fascinating. Only I've had a few times to use it a little bit. And there's a whole bunch more that we'll go through on just that one alone. Like just That one alone links you to the Combine, which gives you so many different tools for so many different platforms. That's just one of like 10,000. And again, they say 10,000. They're not fucking with you. Like, there are so many open source tools that we have at our disposal that are fucking free too. Great. We're going to go over a lot of those. And we already did, by the way. I know that a lot of you guys added me, I think, after a Duty Ron or a Mel appearance. I don't remember. But if you go back and watch my old videos, I highly recommend watching the OSINT tools videos. I go through a ton there, like a ton. And you'll learn a lot on stuff that some of it you might know. You know, you might be like, bitch, I already fucking know this. I'm sorry. Move on. You're going to find more. I promise. But I think What's My Name was probably the most popular of all the ones that I showed you guys. You guys had a lot to say about that. You loved it. I mean, I don't think one person bitched about it until it went down. And then it was like, I need this. Where did it go? And I was like, shit, bitch, me too. And then I freaked out. But they just were improving it. I don't know if you guys broke it. I don't know what happened, but they fixed it. So yeah, it's the morning. Oh, your voice is 5 times deeper, Adam. That's a good complaint to have. So what? You sound like Johnny Cash? Good. I'm not a cat. Oh shit. Are we back to cats again, you guys? You email me pictures of my fur baby grandkids? Thank you. I will go look later. Yes, the OSINT Combine. What does it look like? The fekkin bird? What does it look right? I just add you, my dear. Oh, hello. Thank you, sweetie Brooka Hire. Thank you for adding me, my dear. You're my kid now. You're in a cult. Okay, you guys. Hi, Dad and fam. Lurking but listening. Welcome. Keep lurking. Keep sneaking. Keep snooping. I love that for you. Anyone want the lightning storm with downpouring rain we suddenly got? Where are you? I want that. Give it to me. Give it to me, Brie. Oh, Dad, I don't want homework. Can I peel potatoes instead? You don't have to do homework. You could just watch us do homework. And also, thank you for everybody who came into the Discord. I'm enjoying it. I've been just watching and letting you take the reins, and I'm loving it. You guys are so smart. You're finding so much on Henry, and I love that for you. Top the morning, Julia. I feel a burning ring of fire. Yes, too. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to talk to you about a case that is a little bit dark, a little bit sad. And I also am going to talk to you about some updates that have to do with Rex Heuermann and his family, namely his family. And we got to talk a little bit about Vicky, and we got to talk a little bit about some open source tools aside from the OSINT Combine that I had someone write to me about, and I've had other people ask similar questions in the past. So I want to hit on those 4 things before this video is done. Simultaneously, I asked you, and I said, hey, you got any funny videos you want to show your dad? News videos, crime videos, anything that's hilarious, anything to brighten the mood, anything that's like, hey, have you fucking seen this shit? And it's hilarious. And boy, did you children provide. So what I'd like to do before we get into the heavy stuff, I picked out the ones that you guys have sent me that are killing me, and I absolutely love them. We're going to ease in with a funny video from your brother, Hudson. Hudson, I don't know if you're still in here, but I got to show him. He said, have you seen this? No, I haven't seen this. I watched a little of it. I was laughing my ass off. And then I was like, okay, we're going to go back. I'm going to save the rest of it so that I can watch it when you guys watch it, because I'm going to show it to you. Okay. If anybody has a Discord link, can you put it in the chat for Little Irish Girl? Also, y'all watching this sub, like and chat. Yes, please do. Please. Yes. You can chat. You are a cat. Welcome. You're all cats. You're all fucking cats. You're all big fucking birds, too, by the way. I'm a new cat here. Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. You're a very cute cat, and I like your zippy thing. I don't know what that is, but that's hilarious. You look like a conehead, and I enjoy that movie. All right. I'm starting, but saying. Okay. Excellent. Good morning. Welcome. Hello, crafty Chris. Show and tell time. I'm here. Oh, Lord. You know what you've done, Hudson. So what we're going to do is Dad's going to put on a funny video Hudson sent. It's show and tell time. It's Dad's fridge in video form. If you guys, is Zippy the Pinhead? That's so funny. I'm going to look that up. I love that. If you guys send me any videos, especially like any news stories that you think are hilarious, or just fucking anything that makes you laugh that you think I haven't seen, send it to me. Because if I haven't seen it, it's really fucking funny. I will totally fucking put it up. Sarah, I thought I did write you back. Behavioral analyst, right? I think I did. I did it on my dog walk, and it was really long. And I was like, oh God, she's gonna think I'm crazy. Are you sure? I'm gonna have to go check. I'll check after this and see. Maybe it stayed in giraffes. I thought I sent it. Not giraffes, drafts. I'll go look. I'll go look. Did you get one back where it was like uncomfortably long? Because I wrote you a really long one. And I asked a lot of questions. You didn't? Okay, it's probably still my fucking drafts. We have an issue here where we live in a weird spot. I have another McAlbert problem besides butt dialing. We do live in a weird spot, and sometimes I get my texts when I'm out on my dog walks. So anytime I'm taking the dog on a walkies, that's when I'm responding. But by the time I get home, if I click send, sometimes it doesn't send because then all of a sudden the internet's not working again. I have to rely on my own personal data from my phone, which is stupid because usually you rely on the Wi-Fi. It makes no fucking sense. But I moved the router. I fixed it. You didn't get it. Okay, great. I'm going to go check after this and I will resend. I'm sorry for how long it is. I just have a lot of questions. I think I scared one lady away. She basically owns a zoo and she told me such. And I had so many questions about different animals. I think I freaked her out. I don't know. But anyway, trust me, I will email you back and you will regret it because I fucking write novels. Yeah, uncomfortably long, all of them. And I never know how to end them. Hudson, Sarah, everybody, little Irish girl, you're a fucking potato. Listen, how do you end an email where you want to be pleasant, but not too informal, but not too formal? Like if it's one of my friends, I'm like, fuck you, fuckface, love cat or love OB, right? You're a fucking bird, love OB. In others, like you want to say, like, especially if it's like something professional, you can't say sincerely because that feels weird. But you also can't say love. My best. Hope you are well. That's weird. It's too personal. Like, what do you say? Just thank you? Feels like too many thank yous. I don't know. Feels weird. I never know what to say. So I just put a dash and then my name. Turns out recently found out that's unprofessional. It looks like you don't care, Catherine. Oh, fuck off. I sent an email. I care. Anyway, someone told me that because I didn't have a word, like a goodbye, like a parting word. I'm a fucking asshole. But I'm like, what parting word do you want to express that I don't know how to feel? Fuck. Anyway, a little more subdued this morning. Yes. We all are. It's the weather, you guys. Here it's rainy, but it's not wet. Like there's no wet coming from the sky, but it's humid. That's the word. It's dreary, overcast. That's the fucking word. We did it. It's overcast. It's humid. It's disrespectfully humid. Kind regards. Hold on. I'm writing that fucking down. Kind regards. Given to me, kids. I need more like this. This is fucking good. Kind regards is fucking good. I would have put regards or my regards. But to me, that sounds like I'm sorry your kid died or something. Kind regards is like regarding you are kind. Or is it saying kindly, I regard you. But regard you is what? It doesn't matter. I can't overthink it. Kind regards sounds good. That's the point, right? Very respectfully? I don't know about very. What about respectfully? Well, that sounds like I just chastised them, though. Very respectfully. With all due respect, fuck off. Like, that's what that sounds like. But I've thought about this, but not very respectfully. That could be very good. I'm trying to, like, impress a dad type. It's interesting. Uncle, brother, cousin. Yeah, I'll end with that. Best regards, warm regards. Oh, but if it's hot outside, can I say warm regards? It doesn't matter. That's a good one. Warm regards. Warmly. That's very Martha. I like that. Thank you. That's kind of my default, though. I'm trying to think of some new ones that are really wow, really razzle dazzle these motherfuckers. Like, wow, what a good ending thing. What is that even called? What a good departing phrase. Usually signed pimp shoes. I fucking love that. My emails are like, I'm a lost lover across the ocean during the 18th century, catching you up on 6 months of my life, but it was really the past. But exactly. It's like, hey, grandma, the lights sure are bright in the big city. That's what mine are. They're just too long. Professional is thank you for your time. Adding for your time is a game changer. I'm writing all these down. And if you fucking think I'm not, boom. Toodles. This is good. This is good. That's for someone I really want to be infuriated with me. Like, that's like, I don't respect you, bitch. That's what I'm going to end with. Toodles. That's good for a hater email. You just put your name. Oh, by the way, that was Sarah. She's a genius. She's brilliant. We're going to have her on sometime. She's a behavioral analyst. Or she's a 50-year-old man fapping. But either way, I want to have her on. She's brilliant. Literally, if that's really you, Sarah, you look like an AI, and that's why I trust you. Let's keep going. Regards for normal people. I say thank you. It's okay. It's 2 hours earlier here. Enjoy your morning. Oh my God. So it's 6:43 a.m. where you are? Fuck. Regards. Okay. I know what you're saying. I've seen fondly. Oh shit. That sounds like fondle. maybe my brain's fucked. I don't know what's wrong with me. Good morning, Carla. Hello, Carla Langston. Oregon drizzle? Is that a dressing? What are you talking about? Oregon drizzle. Is that a euphemism? Is that a salad dressing? Is that the weather? That's the weather. I'm sorry. Hudson, Melly thinks you're very funny. Haha, coffee out of the nose? Is that what you mean? Or coffee coffee out the nose. Yes, I've done that. I'm an asshole, says Darlene. Cold, wet winter here. We're all cold and wet this morning, fam. Very truly, but I don't love it. Yeah, I don't love that either, but I also kind of, that's a Hudson ender, isn't it? Hudson, you see that? Very truly. You should end one of your 18th century ones with that. Very truly. That also sounds like a vodka, to be honest. Be inspired. Sarah, stop. Sarah, you don't. Is that to infuriate people? That would infuriate me. Don't you think I'd fucking be inspired if I could? But also at the same time, that's inspirational in itself. I don't know how I feel about that. That one would make my head explode because I'm like, did they mean this positively or negatively? Kind regards is how you end an email that began with per my last email. That is such a good point. I don't know if you saw this in all caps. Shit. I'll sometimes switch up per with an RE and then a colon. So they know I've already been over this. Thank you for your time. I love that. I say thank you, but maybe thank you for your time is the way to go, I think. CB is loving this. He's loving the how do we end a fucking email talk. This is what the true crime... if you think about it, a lot of people are like, what does this have to do with true crime? They'll send me that. I'll get those comments. And I'll say to myself, listen, people don't know how to fucking communicate to each other anymore. I think the biggest problem in true crime is that people just don't know how to have etiquette or talk. They put in all caps like, this is fucking wrong and I want you to fucking lose your life because Caroline is fucking innocent, you fucking dipshit. Ah! And then there's like a picture of a guy pulling his pot. Like this is, and then it descends into madness. Someone gets doxxed, everyone hates each other, and we end up on the news. How did we get here? By not communicating. I think simple things like figuring out how to say peace without sounding rude in an email, peace and love. I mean, it could change a lot of things. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need to get Luann de Lesseps, the Countess, here to teach us some fucking etiquette. Regretfully yours is fucking gold. Ta-ta for now. That's my favorite. I love ta-ta for now. That's fucking great. Why does that make me think of Bend and Snap? Do you guys know what movie that's from? Bend and Snap. Such a stupid scene. Makes me laugh every time. Same in Michigan, just fucking hot everywhere, just overcast, hot. Kind regards is not cunty. But for me, I'm thinking of how I talk in the general email, and then adding kind regards would make me seem cunty. Other people, it seems warm and nice. Depends on what comes before it, really. Faithfully, shut the fuck up, Jenny. That's so funny. Faithfully. Okay. I'm getting like chapped lips again. God damn. It's so bad here. The weather here is it's humid and dry all at once. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, passive aggressive sometimes. I think I just come off as passive aggressive all the time, but I'm not even passing. Like, I'm confrontationally aggressive. Oh shit, maybe it's me. Insincerely is so fun. Hudson, just start making these into a Google list. Get Sarah to get everybody together and let's make a Google list. Dear sir, madam. I'll be like, sup, bitch. That's in an email. Icy regards. Thank you in advance is so good because it presumes that they're going to get back to you. It's like, you better fucking get back to me. I like that. Yeah, time zone. What is that even anymore? Hello, happy Monday. Did you finish moving, Doctor on call? Or I guess taking all your shit away and putting it in place, right? Weren't you moved in last time and you had to unpack, or were you packing to move? It doesn't matter. As long as you're okay and you're done moving or you're resting now, because that took its toll on all of us, right? We were all having a week. Everybody was exhausted that week. Kind regards. I like going old school, simply with sincerely. Or see, sincerely, the thing is, I've used that a lot and it feels like it's not sincere. It almost feels like putting like, to be honest, which I do say all the time just because I really like the TBH. I don't know why. That could work. Respectfully yours, I really like. Fapping. Oh yeah, foping. Fapping is a fun term. It's like fap. It's so funny. It's just jerking off, but it's really funny. Audi 5000. Audi 5000. Is she here? Does she know? Is Melanie here? Tell us how to end an email, Melanie. I got to go to the end. Okay, shit. Oh my God. How did we get this far? Okay, it's too much. It's too much. I've said too much. Bless your heart is how I end every email. Warmly from my cold, dark, from your father's loins. It's like a Journey song. Faithfully. That's true. Now it's going to be in all of our heads. Be cool. Don't be uncool. Countess Luann. She's so brilliant. Obviously, we got to be cool. God, she just gets us back to the basics. I totally agree with you. Nothing sounds like authentic to me. So I am at have a good or great day, night, evening. That's really good. I like that. Have a great evening. And then my head's going to go to, well, what if they read it in the morning? What if I just put have day? That's what me and my boyfriend say to each other every day. When he leaves the house, we go have day. Just because, like, let's not put any expectations out there. Cunty regards is really good. That's really good. Thank you in advance is just, I think that one's great. You're still packing? Ran into a little injury and had to have 2 MRIs. Oh my God. A little injury with 2 MRIs? Jesus. I hope you get better. Shit, doctor on call. Were you on call for yourself? When you get injured as a doctor, you just work on yourself? What do? Do you call a friend? The thank you in advance assumption is seen as rude in my experience. See, I feel like that too, but at the same time, it's like, if it's somebody who's unresponsive, it could work. Respectfully yours sounds the best. Okay. Also, we don't want to respect them too much. Disrespectfully yours is very funny. Thank you in advance. These are good. These are good. We're gonna hopefully YouTube doesn't take our fucking chat down so that we have all these for later. Emily, and we're just trying to figure out how the fuck to end an email, honestly. I always sign up with have a snazzy day or weekend. Ooh, I like that. Snazzy. Is snazzy allowed? I think snazzy is allowed in the workplace. You could say that. Emily Ann, how do you think we should end an email? When it's like, it's not someone super, like not too formal, not too informal, but not thank you. You know, just like normal fucking email. We end it with hi, Dad. I love that. That's great. I know that's not what you meant. You're just saying hi, but that's how I'm going to end my email now. Hello, Morbid Sunshine. It's 2:50 p.m. there. Where are you? That's so weird. It's 8:50 a.m. here. I'm not theirs, though. Appreciate your time. I like that. Emily says. Totally going to go cry on the stand in Baldwin at the end. Wait, cry on the stand in Baldwin at the end. He got acquitted, didn't he? That was crazy as fuck. Didn't the prosecutor put themselves on the stand to prosecute themselves or something? That was insane. Email talk, pollen talk, we've gotten nowhere. We've talked about, so actually we did a lot of OSINT talk and squeezed it into 10 minutes so that we could get to this email thing. Yes. In anticipation of a speedy reply is like, you better fucking hurry up and get back to me, bitch. I like that one for like a sassy one. Did you call him a cocksucker? That's it. You found it. That's the end. That's it. Love you, cocksucker. OB. It's going to be the end. It's going to be the end. Who was upset? What's going on? Who got upset? Don't fucking answer back is so funny, Tracy. I'm just never answering anybody. Okay. Yeah, that trial day was wild. You can't see chat and reply. Is there a way? I think on the bottom you can choose between live chat and regular chat. Right? Love and light is so fucking funny. Dance like no one's watching. OB. Okay. Okay, I see where you're going with this. Let's just fucking go full blown ironic. I love it. Here's what I want to do. I want to get to the point, but I want to show you what Hudson sent me. We're still goofing. We've already done some important, serious shit. We talked about OSINT. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. We dedicated about 10% to OSINT. We talked about what's my name. I showed you some basic shit. We did that. Now it's time to get to the goofs, and then we're going to get to the serious stuff. But Hudson sent me this. It's so funny. I do have to make sure it's not too loud because it is very loud. The first time I heard it, me and Dad's boyfriend almost blew our ears out. But it's so goddamn funny. So we're going to watch this while your dad checks on the dogums and gets himself some water. And this is fucking great. And we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about Baldwin. And then I'll show you the next thing on our agenda, which is going to be a Rex Heuermann update. And also we're going to talk about the Skylar Neese situation, her murder, and how her killers keep coming up for parole and what happened recently in that. We're going to talk about that case. But I want to ease us in there. Let's start with something that is going to make us happy since everybody seems to be waking up, or we're in the afternoon and we're kind of winding down, depending on where you are. Welcome, welcome. Brother Hudson sent me this. It is so fucking funny. Again, this is just a goof. This has nothing to do with true crime. Well, actually, it does have to do with crime. If you think about it, depends. I'm going to be honest with you. I watched a little, started dying laughing, said, let's watch it with everybody else. So thank you, Hudson. Thank you for this contribution, son. Here we go. I'm going to put this on the screen for you guys. We're going to get your opinions on this when we're done. I told you, you have any good found footage, any good online videos you found on the internet? Oh my God. Is that an Outsiders reference? Like Stay Gold Pony Boy? That's one of my top 3 favorite books of all time. I have a lot of it memorized. That is brilliant. That's it. I'm actually writing that one down. I don't need to because I fucking know that one, but god damn, that's brilliant for like a goodbye email, no matter who it is. Stay gold. Oh, fuck. You're a genius. That was great. That was really good. Stay gold. Like when he whispers it, stay gold, pony boy, and then he fucking dies. That's such a good closer for any email, no matter what the context. I love that. Thank you, Emily Ann. You've ascended in your tier, in your rank to top child. Don't tell the others. All right, here we go. I'm going to make this big so that you guys can see it real nice and clear. This is so fucking funny. Thank you, Hudson, for this. I cannot believe I'm playing this right now.
I did an investigation on the fire. I found out how it started. Wait to calm down a little bit, dog. I'll be around? Yeah. Okay, sweetie. Appreciate it. You got it. I did an investigation while y'all doing this. Once again, that's the owner, drunk as a motherfucker. Gonna burn down the whole fucking house. But look, the telescope is coming out, y'all. From Norfolk Naval Station, telescope is coming out.
I give the facts at this point. I don't know they got somebody in custody.
Okay, so now at this point, Hudson is right. She's investigating the crime. All right. Let's go back and look at some of your comments. Sarah, thank you so much. I just emailed you about the cop who said everyone is too hurt to go to jail, so they need to stay inside. Okay. I'm going to open my email in a second when we watch another video and I'll check it. I'm really bad at opening the email during chat because I don't want to get distracted and, leave you guys with dead air. But I do appreciate your super chat. So I'm going to open it whenever I'll replay a little bit of this because honestly, I could hear it over and over again. It's so good. She has literally become, she's gone from person in a car to first one on the scene to, yeah, so inappropriate, but she means well. And this is, everyone has a relative like this, or they know someone like this. And I'm not saying that just to say it. Like, we all know someone like this who is that. This is the snoopiest of the dupas, you guys. When I'm talking about we're nosy but non-reactive, she gets to the point where she can choose to react and she goes overboard. But I mean, we got this content, and look, she says she's thankful below. So like, I feel like it's for the best. I want to go back to her questioning this guy because there is evidence here that we can take notes on. It's really crazy how she literally goes from just a person, just a guy. I'm just a guy cruising through, to judge, jury, executioner, journalist, investigate. She's everything. And yes, that is Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. And right now she's being Ricky. She's very excited. Fire excites people. He's not. And it's probably because of what we see eventually happens. But yeah, Pabst Blue PBR is there's a Pabst factory in San Antonio, I believe, that yeah, that's the one it was. And you could go on tours there. And it's like, who wants to go to the fucking yeah, who just wants it? Oh, it's nor red or white. It's just Pabst Blue. Is that different? If he had a Bud Light Lime, I would scream free him immediately. Is it Providence? Is that where they are? Yum. Okay, Melanie's going live. We're gonna end eventually here pretty soon. I didn't know she was going live today. Whoops. Yeah, we're gonna end here pretty soon anyway. Because I just want to show you guys 2 or 3 things, but we do have to finish that. Interrogating that man is just trying to drink his PBR, but his house burned down. She wants to know why. She needs to know why. Yeah, evaporate the house instead of evacuate. It's so good. This is Hudson. This is gold, dude. Thank you for bringing this forth to the cult as your sacrifice. She is investigating the crime. She's security. She's everybody. She's top flight security. I love her so much. She went from reporter to crime scene investigator. That's how it happens, isn't it? Think about everyone you ever saw on YouTube. Shit, even me. We start out just someone talking, and then before you know it, we got a cult. She's going to have a cult soon if she's not careful. She does investigate better than the Massachusetts State Police. Imagine her with Trooper Proctor trying to tell her what to do. Put in the chat what you think what do you think this woman would think if Trooper Proctor walked up to her right now and tried to tell her how the fuck to do her job? You know what I mean? Yeah, she directed fire and EMS and utilities. She knows. You are not going down like that, certainly. It's crazy. I absolutely adore her. Get her in here. She can be our leader. I love her so much.
The house for some safety reason. They all has evacuated the house.
His motherfucking hair was on fire. During my investigation, I discovered his motherfucking hair was on fire. Do you remember that investigation? Because just don't worry, we'll go forward again so you don't have to see it again. You'll see it again. This is your investigation.
For some safety reason, they all has evacuated the house.
This
oh, your hair burned. His hair burned.
Okay, so this is the beginning of the investigation. Okay, now let's put this in the perspective of Karen Reed. I think that's something we can do. If this were the Massachusetts State Police, what we would see is this would be the point where Proctor walks up and says, "Oh, there's a dead guy," right? Like, oh, there's a person there. Had he gotten there on time, right? Of course. Let's say the first responders, they get there. This is what's happening. What did we have for Karen? What did they have for Karen? What did they have? They had Jen McCabe. Jen McCabe couldn't do half of what this woman is doing right here. Yes, this lady is law enforcement, Lily. Now, listen, not legally speaking, not professional. She has no professional law enforcement accreditation. She doesn't have a badge. But if you're asking me, is she law enforcement? Yes, she is declared she is, and we believe her. She's acting as law enforcement. Nobody seems to have a problem with it either. She has determined she is the lead investigator. And we're fine with it. We are fine. In fact, we'd like to make her our mayor if this were our town. Okay. Right now, she has not taken that office yet. She has assumed herself investigator. Okay. Yes, she knew that was the moment she knew she was involved in the fire, was when she noticed his hair burning. So this is the beginning of her investigation. Hudson says Rhoda is so much more than law enforcement. I agree. You just popped on. I'm telling you, we're looking at a professional investigation that makes the first 48 look like fucking ridiculous child shit, amateur hour. You feel me? This is how you run an investigation. Her word is the law. She is our spirit animal now. She is our guide. She is our shaman. She's our mother, our father. She's our sister, our brother. She's everything. She could be you. You could be Rhoda. Isn't that what they say about Karen Reed? That's what Melanie says, right? She says, we could all be Karen Reed. Listen, we could all be Rhoda. When you're faced with the opportunity to let a young man know your hair is on fire, do you do it or do you walk away? Not fucking Rhoda. Not fucking Rhoda. Someone had to step up, and it was Rhoda. Everybody thank your brother Hudson. Because we wouldn't have seen a professionalism on the standard had we not been given this gift from Hudson. He put Rhoda on the map today for us. Now, Rhoda put herself on the map as far as the fucking crime scene goes. She's declared she works for WAVY TV 10 too. Wavy? Did she make that shit up? I fucking love her. We got to get a bumper sticker or something. She is all that in a bag of chips. She's the dip too, dude. I dip into some Rhoda. That's what we're doing right now. We're dipping into Rhoda. Back this train up. Krusty jail. Yes. Krusty jail. Listen. It's up to Rhoda. Okay. The words are up to Rhoda. The lexicon's up to Rhoda. Everything's Rhoda now. She is the cradle of civilization. She's everything, right? She is everything. She's our main squeeze. Citizens arrest. Dude, if she citizens arrest him, I'll die. I haven't gotten to the end yet, but we'll see. Krusty did violate a protective order. Oh, shit. Yes, her name is Rhoda. I want to be Rhoda. I wasn't named Rhoda. I feel gypped. You're Rhoda now, lady in Boston. You want to be Rhoda? We'll call you Rhoda. Change your name right now on the YouTube. Be Rhoda if you want to be Rhoda. His hair is on fucking fire. Little Miss Fathead. And Rhoda, look at all the people around. This guy's over here taking fucking... We got a photographer on the scene. Doesn't take a picture of the hair on fire? Fascinating. Absolutely. She's all over the map and in the right spot at the same time. She's a fucking bird. She's an owl, and she saw it all. She saw it all. Is it a real TV station? Holy shit. Holy shit. Rhoda is God. She is scary dangerous. Are you talking about Rhoda? Need to invite who? Rhoda? I don't know if we're worthy of her. We'll see. We will see. She scares the shit out of me. Who, Rhoda? Because she'll get in your ass and she'll find out what you did and she'll tell everyone. And she'll put it on her page. Was that her husband driving for her? Our screen did not freeze, Lily Lore. It should be working. Yeah, everybody thank Hudson. We're not done yet either. Let's go. But wait, what? Krusty's bond is being revoked 90 days? Oh, shit. Okay, let's go.
Oh, his face burned. So you was really close to the fire.
So you was really close to the fire. She is the snitch. We love snitches.
Okay, I will, baby. But
don't hit me now.
Because I fight back. I love you. I love you.
Give
me some, baby. I love you.
Give her some, or she'll fight you.
But you burned. His hair burned. Hi, this is Rhoda Young, reporting live.
Rhoda Young.
I just found out what happened with the house fire. The owner of the house was upstairs when the fire started. He was upstairs when the fire started, and the fire started upstairs. During my investigation.
Just to be clear, she was upstairs. He was upstairs when the fire started, and the fire started upstairs. I love that she clarifies. I don't care if she's saying the same thing over and over because some people need to hear it.
I have now discovered
his
motherfucking hair was on fire and his pants.
His motherfucking... Listen, if the news did news like this, I'd watch... You cannot be... Oh, I'm fucking loving this so much. I have so much to say. Okay, Hudson, be honest. If... What? Rhoda is omniscient and this is the holleration that Mary Jane was talking about. Holy fuck, that's so fucking funny. Omniscient is like this is the best way. Dude, did you just say Fupa Troopas? Fupa Troopa Proctor. Lady in Boston. God damn, you guys are on it today. Sarah, fuck, y'all are logic at its fine. I mean, logically speaking, your hair's on fucking fire, brother. Like, what are you doing? Oh God, you're here for the right 5 minutes. Let me tell you. Yeah, I'm telling you guys that if people on the news said motherfucker casually, that news station would go through the roof with fucking ratings. I just want one to talk normal, just talk like I do. His motherfucking hair was on fire. I'd be like, oh my God, this news is incredible. Yep, that's how the cops talk too. She's just talking like you're supposed to fucking talk. The bigger the fupa, the tastier the chalupa. Emily Ann, fuck, I'm leaving it up. That's so fucking funny. She said.
I did an investigation for the fire. I found out how it started.
She's sharing her fucking investigation. She's sharing her field notes with people already. She's telling them. She's like, listen, I investigated. You want my notes? This is how Trooper Proctor should have acted.
Wait to calm down a little bit, dog. You gonna be around?
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate it.
You got you. I did an investigation while y'all doing this.
Genius. It's on the list. Always. Rhoda.
Once again, that's the owner. Drunk as a motherfucker. Burned down the whole fucking house.
Drunk as a motherfucker. Burned down the whole fucking
No, the
house.
telescope is coming
This
up.
is just like the episode of Trailer Park Boys when Bubbles burns down the trailers because he's making hot dogs for the kitties. I was making hot dogs for the kitties and I burned the trailer down.
All right, y'all. For Norfolk Naval Station, telescope is coming out.
Spread them, buddy. Rhoda got your ass. How much you want to bet she pointed to him and
Give the
said, "Get him"?
facts at this point. Let them know they got somebody in custody.
Mhm.
Show him in custody.
Okay, we have someone in.
Hudson, do you love how her husband is behind her saying, Rhoda, can we get a rundown of the facts? He's like the producer. He's the line producer. He's making sure that she hits on everything so that we get our news. Yeah, she's going to get she better be anchor of the fucking year. She's got fucking field notes. That Proctor didn't even fucking have field notes, dude. She is taking over. She's taking over for us. I mean, shit. I was going to talk about serious shit today, but honestly, this is serious. We seriously need to get her own show. She should be Nancy Grace. Fuck Nancy. Fire Nancy, hire Rhoda. That's the shirt. Yeah, he was on that thing. You know what I mean? He's on that thing. He was on some fucking Spice or something. Oh, you're talking about the producer? Yeah, no, he's all over it. He's just making sure that she's getting in all of her fucking liners and shit. Yeah, it is the Bloodhound Gang in general is such a good fucking band. Anyone guessing his parents are going to be pissed when they come home? If he has parents, that could just be his fucking squatter. We don't know yet. Let's see. She's saying the owner, though. I feel like Rhoda did her due diligence. I trust her. I feel like she's already looked it up on Redfin. She knows. Yeah, she is everywhere at one time. She is, as Hudson said earlier, he's not wrong. She is omniscient. This is how we get all our swears and inappropriate jokes out of Melanie's life. Yep, you get them out here. Get them out here and then go over there and be nice. Let it all out here, kids. Does she have a channel? We will find out. Wavy 10 News, everybody. Let's keep going.
Custody that did start a house fire. That say he was
Allegedly started the house fire.
allegedly started a house fire.
Pausing again. Gonna go back. Look at this. Her husband would be genuinely a really good producer. He's like, listen, say allegedly. Make sure you hit all the talking points. Your hair looks good. And action.
At this point, let them know they got somebody in custody. Show him in custody.
Okay, we have someone in custody that did start a house fire. That say he was
allegedly started the house fire.
allegedly started a house fire.
Allegedly for
They have him
entertainment
in
purposes.
handcuffs.
Go around there and show him in handcuffs.
Make sure you get a shot of the handcuffs. He says she's also the cameraman, by the way. She's doing everything.
Everybody is
Rhoda
really
is
mad
on
at
this.
me. I don't know why.
I will.
This guy
I'll
right
reach
here,
out.
he just looked at me and rolled his eyes.
He rolled his motherfucking eyes at Rhoda. That's a new charge. That.
I did saw the crime before the fire marshal got on the scene. Whether or not they want to give me gratitude or tell me thank you, but guess what? I know I did my job. I did the best job I could do, and if the
You know what's great about this? She wasn't even doing her job. Like, that's not her job. She was doing someone else's job. You feel me? They had one job and she did it for them because they were fucking incompetent. And if they weren't incompetent, we'd be watching them right now. But we're not. We're watching her because she's the fucking news. She allegedly funny as shit. She is funny as shit. He's allegedly drinking beer. She does. She already solved it. I agree. Snort with a capital N, dude. Kind regards is really good. We talked about that earlier. Kind regards might be warm regards and kind regards are at the top. Toodles is also at the top, but Stay Gold is number one. That's so good. Allegedly, he's been arrested. Allegedly, she said, I saw the whole crime before it went down. No, you didn't, honey. We saw you pull up to it. It was already on fire, but we're going to let her have one. We're going to let her have one. She can misstate. She's allowed to make, listen, who's to say Rhoda wasn't watching this motherfucker through the window? You know, we didn't see what happened prior. I believe all that she claims. Who picked up the leftover? I don't think there were. I think he chugged a 6-pack. Rhoda said, let's go back. What did she say about that? She did get into this.
Reporting live.
Good morning, Juan.
Avenue in Norfolk, Virginia. Allegedly.
Juan, meet our new god. Her name is Rhoda. She's an investigator in Rhode Island, and she solved a fire.
This man has set his house on fire. He has been allegedly placed under arrest.
Allegedly,
we are
Rhoda.
on the scenes right now. He allegedly admitted to doing setting his own house on fire.
Cheers. I have had to use that, and I hate myself when I do it. That is a good point, lady in Boston.
I did saw the crime before the fire marshal got on the scene. Whether or not they want to get
Phoebe, we're not getting into psychics again. How dare you? She's an investigator.
Give me gratitude or tell me thank you. But guess what? I know I did my job.
This is hilarious. She was doing fine without him butting in. Are you talking about the guy who did it or her husband? We're going back. He was giving her fantastic liners. And also, I want to go to this point. I'm sorry, you guys. This is just, again, signed, sealed, delivered, solved. Dead ass Sarah. Again, with the perfect comment. Yes, she's in Virginia. I thought they said Rhoda. Were you guys saying Rhoda Island? I'm fucking dumb. She's in Virginia. Whatever. She's perfect. Let's go to Virginia, you guys. I did solve the crime. Yes. Yes, she did. And she solved it too. She's hilarious. She should be hired. We need to get her on the channel. We need to reach out to Rhoda. Do we need to get a fucking gift card to get her on? What's her fucking guarantee? That's what I need to ask. What's your guarantee? What's your rider, Rhoda? What's Rhoda rider? Tell me so I can make it happen. I'm so glad you guys have fun after school and before school. You know what? Fuck it. Skip school. Do this. Just kidding. It's runny. It's serious though, Dad. Get her on the path. Okay, I will. I'll get her on. We're gonna reach out. We're gonna get in touch with her people, which I think is her husband behind her. She is one of us.
Okay, I can let you know what you're doing.
They know she has the scoop. I know how it started. Oh my god.
Wait to calm down a little bit, dog. You gonna be around?
Yeah, I got you.
Really appreciate it.
You got you. I did investigate why y'all doing this.
That was the best part. Stand over here, sweetie. We appreciate it. Okay. I was doing your investigation while you was doing this. Holy fucking shit. Can we watch that again? That was so funny.
Calm down a little bit, dog. You gonna be around?
Yeah, I got you.
Really appreciate it.
You got you. I did investigate why y'all doing this.
Oh my god. She's so perfect.
Once again, that's the owner. Drunk as a motherfucker. Burnt down the whole fucking house.
Scooby Rhoda. Nosy Rhoda.
Coming out, y'all. From Norfolk Naval Station, telescope is coming out.
And she's thankful. I don't know if you guys noticed. She's fucking thankful. It's Thanksgiving, you guys. She's thankful.
Give the facts at this point. Let them know they got somebody in custody.
Thank you, Sarah. I want to see those
we have
notes.
someone in custody that did start a house fire. That said he was
allegedly started the house fire.
Allegedly started a house fire.
Allegedly.
They have him in handcuffs.
Go around there and show him in handcuffs.
Yes. Absolutely, Pat. Certified by the state.
Everybody is really mad at me. I don't know
Little
why.
baby flip-flops.
This guy right here, he just looked at me and rolled his eyes.
So we're going to find out who he is, and we're going to have his fucking job. Fuck that guy. It's another tie-in to Karen Reed. Norfolk. Oh, no. Totally different place. I'm
Things right now.
Allegedly.
Allegedly admitted to doing setting his own house on fire. I did saw the crime
What?
before the fire marshal got on the scene.
Really?
Whether or not they want to give me gratitude or tell
Where's
me thank
Steven?
you. But guess what? I know I did my job. I did the best job I could do. And if the fire marshal can at least say thank you, Rhoda Young, for solving this crime and making our job easier, it would be truly appreciated.
She just wants a thank you. Oops. Oh, shit. Well, I guess this is on now.
This is extreme right here.
Turn this on in the background. I'm going to leave it going. So what do you guys think? Tell me your thoughts. I'll put them up. We'll leave cops playing in the background. Trooper Proctor. She just wants a thank you. She just wants to be acknowledged for solving the crime, investigating the crime, collecting evidence, finding the guy. She did it all. She deserves a daytime Emmy. Her and her after that happened. I was a kid. I just thought it was. Did cops take it down? Can you guys see? Do you think cops took it down? Oh no. Did cops take it down? Did they take it down? Can you guys see me now? What happened? It shows that it's showing. What? No, it didn't get taken down. What are you guys talking about? Can you not see me? Can you see me? What's going on? What's going on, you guys? Can you not see your dad? Can you not see your dad? What's going on? I'm still talking. Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? What happened? Am I back? What's going on? Oh no. Can you see me? Everything is working here. Can you guys see me? I'm back. Okay, what the fuck? It was working fine. Nothing went down here. It just looked normal. I checked my email and I didn't get anything from YouTube. It seems that yeah, I don't know. It's still up. Maybe it's a StreamYard thing. It said stream unavailable. I'm going to be very interested to see what that looks like on the thing because I don't know. It shouldn't have. I mean, even if I'm streaming someone else's shit, I didn't have the sound on. So why was that a big deal? For policy violations? Oh, shit. Well, damn. Is it working now? You guys can see me now? Moo. That was strange. Well, I wanted to show you guys a bunch of other stuff, but I don't know if it'll let me. Oh, policy violations? Oh, damn. Rhoda got my ass. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You screenshot it for me? Thank you. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I hope it continues to work. What's up, Hugin? I think he has to go pee. Shit. Okay, well, let's see if this works because you guys sent me more videos. Shit, this one's a Barstool Sports Classic. It's unlisted. I don't think I'm going to get hit for it. You saw a notice about policy, but what does that mean? They just take it down and then I got to come back up? I am back. It's working now. Maybe it was cops. I think it was cops. I violated everything. Your dad violated someone this morning. I apologize. Warn you. Rhoda gave me a warning shot. That's hilarious. What's up, Ruben? Okay, he's chilling. Never mind. Well, I mean, we'll try to watch this one. It's almost 5 minutes, but I think if we pause it, it'll be fine. I think it's because I didn't pause that one. I think you have to pause it like every 27 seconds. You were finna get bail money? Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. It was probably cops, honestly. We're going to have to figure something out because your dad's just going to keep getting policy violations till they kick me off. I don't know what to do. It's free speech, motherfuckers. I mean, people can come on here and dox the shit out of people and, you know what I mean? Say all kinds of crazy fuck shit. I can't watch little cops with my kids? The fuck? I thought this was America. America was built on watching cops with your kids. Yeah. Well, it's okay. We'll handle it. Get the bail money, kids. Dad's in YouTube jail. Play the Guidos in the Twister. I got you, Pat. It's happening. We're doing it. Was that you who sent me that or Hudson? How do you know that I'm doing Guidos in a Twister? Because that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're going to watch Guidos in a Twister. Can we say Guidos? Too late. We said it. We said it. Here it is.
Middle of this shit right now, dog. What you driving? Dude, it ain't gonna do nothing. Are you fucking stupid, nigga? It ain't gonna do nothing. It's a fucking twister, nigga. Dude, that's just a mad dust. Oh my God. What was your window, dude? Ruben, you greenhorn.
God damn, he's using some big words. Jesus.
Yo, kid, it's carrying mad shit. Oh my, nigga. Yo, Matthew.
Oh my God, you kids are trying to get me in trouble?
Should have got off the highway. Fuck this. I'm back.
Oh, that makes sense, though.
You're good, kid. Why are you saying I'm about to bang you in your fucking face? Are you driving, nigga? We're about to get flipped over the highway.
Wow, they just casually dropped that shit, Jesus.
It's not that strong. No?
But they are Guidos.
Look at that. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's going right in front of us. It's passing us. We're in the middle. Close the fucking window, kid.
Yeah, I'm showing this. Should I not show this, Hudson? Didn't you send me this, Hudson?
Oh my God.
Yeah, yikes indeed. Jesus, fuck.
Oh my God.
But one doesn't have a shirt on, so I feel compelled to keep watching. Hey, I didn't fucking say it.
Back the fuck up, dude. Get the fuck out of there.
Oh my God, Guido's stuck in a tornado. It's kind of
my life right in front of my eyes.
Kind of worth it, you know?
Look at the trees, nigga. The car's gonna get thrown, kid.
If the car gets thrown, we can all laugh.
Oh my God. Can you see? This is a twister. People are getting out.
Wait, we gotta pause it. You guys, some of you have some more context, and this is important. So they're from East Providence. They are not cops, even though they are saying filthy words. They're being real. You feel me, dog? Okay, they are Guidos. They are gonna say extremely offensive shit. Consider it like I can't remember the movie. It doesn't matter. Like was it Goodfellas? Where it doesn't matter. Anyway, you muted. Yeah, okay. So they're coming home from Six Flags. And then this happens. He told them to close the window. Like that'll happen. Like that'll fucking matter at all. Look at the trees. Naked driving while talking. Yeah, they're talking like full blown Guidos. You know, he doesn't have a shirt on. They took mom's car. This is your neighborhood. Oh fuck! Now we're watching it.
Oh, what are they doing? Oh my! Yo, the fucking the billboard fell. Oh my God, dog! Oh my God!
I've never seen
the billboard just fell. Yo, dog. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God.
By the way, I didn't even watch it when you sent it to me. So I'm like, this is astounding.
It's in the middle. Oh. Fuck this shit. Yo, we're gonna die, nigga. We're gonna die. Oh my God, that shit's coming. Damn, nigga.
Could you imagine, Hudson, if Rhoda was in the car with them, how much ass beating would she be doing? And she'd also be reading this tornado. It's right. She'd be like, tornado, why's your hair on fire?
Dog. Yo, park your car next to the barrier. At least we won't fly away.
It's scrolling across.
Make sure your car stays on pop. Should we smoke a blunt in this
tornado?
Go, fucking Nick. Yo, right here. At least we'll crash.
Oh, maybe earlier they were saying Nick. Maybe they were talking to their friend Nick.
Oh my God, the billboard fell.
There's no way around it. These racist Guidos are stuck in the tornado.
Nah, it's that way.
Oh shit! It is getting very close. They are very white.
God,
right?
It's coming. Why is she out of the car? She out of her fucking mind.
He
Are
was-
you on crack? Get in the car, you douchebag. Yo, you guys are making
Is he yelling at the tornado? That's so
that's a
sexist of him.
twin. Yes, it is, nigga.
If that was
All right,
real,
get out. Get out of the car.
if that was
Go,
a
I'll
real
leave you
twist,
here.
that shit would
Yo,
suck.
Nick, get in that lane. Go, go, dog.
One, then. It's not a big
Alright,
one. It's just
yeah.
a little baby one, dog. What's a fake one?
That just fucking ripped
I
ceiling.
kind of just want to leave this up because it's such a funny comment.
Come right off.
They are white.
Rip a single off.
Yeah, I know, dude. They shouldn't be saying that shit, but also they're in a tornado, so they're kind of getting instant karma.
Why? You ain't driving. You want to do tumble salts off the highway? Look at this
Tumble
right here.
salts?
Fucked up. Oh, is this a car right here that just got fucked? Let's see what it is.
The billboard just flies off for no reason, right? Because it's not that serious.
Yeah, let's see.
Dude, the billboard just flew right off that building. Can I swear to God?
You were driving home?
Oh,
Is that
asshole,
you with
Bob,
no
that just
shirt on,
got ripped
Pat?
in half.
Oh my God! Oh, it's not that.
so
It's not that serious, though.
These are Rhoda's camera guys and her traffic scouts. It was so you guys were there? Oh shit, you and Pat? Fuck. Yeah, no, you can tell they're high. They had a little too much spaghetti, too much gabagool at the pack. This is crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of back pimples in this car. Don't point that out, Hudson. Now I'm gonna have to go look up pimple videos. You triggered me. Now I want to go see pimple video. Guys, one of these days it's just gonna be a pimple pop channel. Look out. I'm just gonna look at Guido backs all day.
It's not even
By
that
the way,
serious.
is that a bad thing to say? Can I say Guido backs? It doesn't matter.
That
They're
just
saying
got
too
ripped
much.
in half.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
oh,
It's not that. It's not that serious,
Holy
though.
shit.
It's not even that serious, dude. He's
JLR
crying,
vacation day.
Oh, it's not that serious. Don't fucking worry about him. Let's get the fuck out of here. He died.
You know why? That's fucking
Nah, dude, it's not even a real one, dude. It's not even a
Hudson.
real tornado
Hudson. That was such a sick burn.
guy. What are you talking
I
about?
remember that.
It's nothing. Yo, kid, look. It's not a real fucking tornado,
There goes
nigga.
someone's
Look at the
house.
fucking billboard, nigga. Look, it's ripped off.
Look at this one.
Love and light, love and light.
Look, we're not in a real fucking tornado, right? Yeah, right, kid. Get the
Oh
fuck
my
out of here, kid.
God.
That's
Look
not
at
a
the
joke,
trees.
kid.
Look at the trees.
Oh my God. Fucking
Alright.
crazy, kid.
Remember again, Six Flags.
Crazy kids.
Look at this
Oh
bullshit.
my
Look at the building's
God.
gone. Building's gone.
Oh,
Damn,
no.
the windows broke.
Oh,
Say goodbye to the trees. Yeah, wilderness. Look at this.
Oh my god.
Look at that window.
How much longer? They don't get trapped in it? I mean, it was still
we're
good.
just in it.
Yeah.
Did it bother us, though?
Yeah, it did.
Almost.
Did it bother us?
We were
though?
in the luckiest spot, kid.
We was in the luckiest spot, kid. These kids are great. I like them. I like them a lot. I don't like their language they used at the beginning, but I like the accent. You know what I mean? I have questions. Why was the one shirtless? I guess because they went to the park. Why were they going to kick their friend out of the car? That was rude. Yeah, some of this has been part of my vocab since this happened. I don't blame you, man. This is crazy. I randomly say, you greenhorn, and look at the trees. Yeah, you greenhorn is great. He said goodbye to the trees in the Lorax. It's so funny. As opposed to a fake one. It's a real tornado. Guido in a tornado is definitely a prompt for some sort of AI art. For sure. Never leaving East Prov again. Poor guys. Poor guys. Okay. When you sent me this, probably still Hudson. I don't even know. You guys just be sending me shit and I love it. This one I have not watched any of, but I think your dad showed this one to his boyfriend and said, do you recognize this? And he was like, yeah, wait, watch it live. Okay. Well, here we are. It was you, Pat? Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. You sent me 3. Was this the third one? Because, oh my God. He says I'm going to be excited about this.
Animals in Rhode Island, a piranha in Coventry, an alligator in Lincoln, and now an unknown scary creature in Portsmouth. Whatever it was so big and so scary, a Fall River couple thought they were going to die. It's a story you'll see only here on Eyewitness News. The couple spoke exclusively with our Sean Daly. Sean joins us now with their amazing ordeal.
We haven't heard of anything quite like this around here before. Imagine swimming mindlessly in the late afternoon sun when all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
Why would you be swimming mindlessly? He's just talking about sleeping? Okay.
A huge,
I'll imagine.
horrifying creature, roughly 15 feet long, rocks.
Is this guy Did he just have a concussion? What's up with the... He looks like when the Miz got knocked out at WrestleMania. This is interesting.
Like this around here before. Imagine swimming mindlessly in the late afternoon sun when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a huge, horrifying creature, roughly 15 feet long, rocks your world. Tuesday afternoon here at Teddy's Beach in Portsmouth. What happened
Be
is
Rex
new meaning to
swimming
this danger sign.
casually. That guy's got... Wait a minute. Why does he have an unlit cigarette? Why does he got a butt in his mouth? Why does he got a ciggy? While she cries on the news. He couldn't put it, he couldn't take it out of his mouth for the news. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna love this already.
Yeah,
Fuck.
she went to a counselor to talk to a counselor this morning.
Yeah, it's rolling at the bottom, little Miss Madhead.
It was low tide and Rachel Carney was out beyond the danger sign.
Hold up, what the fuck was that? Ew. Is it just trash? Where is this? Where's Fall River? The fuck did they say already? Ew. That beach is... Is that a tampon? What is that shit?
And Rachel Carney was out beyond the danger sign, floating on her back, relaxing, when big trouble struck.
I turned around, I heard a hissing sound. So I stopped, I looked beside me.
And it was Jen McCabe. I'm
All
sorry.
I seen was a face come up with these big teeth. And I just remember the face being like shaped like a basketball. And the face went in, like kind of sucked in and then went like squared off. Then it had all white and it kept swimming around me.
Wait. Is she describing the Babadook? What's she talking about? It's all white. So it had a dress? What was this? I gotta go back. What the fuck? Can I go back to this part? I have so many questions. Wait, okay. Yes, I can smell it too. It smells bad. This is the town next to me, Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Oh, these are all Rhode Island stories. Oh, I love this. Thank you, Pat. Wow. Okay. No stream gone because of cops. Again? Oh, no, it was. Okay. You're catching up. Don't worry. We come back. Okay. This is across the island from the park. Don't do drugs. Has Nessie gone to America? Apparently, Nessie went to Rhode Island. Let's see.
Floating on her back, relaxing, when big trouble struck.
I turned around, I heard a hissing sound. So I stopped, I looked beside me, and all I seen was a face come up with these big teeth. And I just remember the face being like shaped like a basketball.
Shaped like a basketball.
Went in, like kind of sucked in.
Okay, right here. We're gonna start a little bit back. I need someone to take notes. Okay, I realize I'm giving you guys a lot of homework for this early, but we need to find, maybe I'll do it. We just need to make a drawing of what she is describing, and that will be our sticker.
The face being like shaped like a basketball, and the face went in.
Face like a basketball, and then the face went in.
Like kind of sucked in and then went like squared off.
And then it squared off. This sounds like Gypsy Rose.
Then it had all white. And it kept swimming around me.
Gypsy Rose in a wedding dress is chasing her. It does smell like meth. She saw a garbage bag floating with a body inside. Okay. We have a Nessie in Scotland. I'm very interested in your Nessie. Don't do the wrong drugs. Do better ones. I'm leaving it up.
It rubbed up against my leg. So I just stopped. And I pretended like I wasn't moving. That's when it rubbed up. Went down and kept going around me.
It rubbed
She
up
fucking
against
liked
your leg.
it.
Up against my leg.
It touched you.
It touched me. That's
It was
how I
rubbing
knew
on my
was
leg, so I stopped.
because I felt the
Girl,
scales unless I
you
seen the
liked it.
face. So I started swimming away. I yelled, "Danny, help me! Something's chasing me!"
Hold up.
Fiance,
Hey. That's a sound drop. I'm gonna save that later.
Scales, because I felt the scales unless I seen the face. It was scary.
You're scary.
I wasn't moving. That's when it rubbed up, went down, and kept going around me.
It rubbed up against your leg.
Up against my leg.
It
Literally.
touched you.
It touched me. That's how I knew it was scary. It's scary.
That's how I know it was scaly, because it touched me.
Because I felt the scales unless I seen
Okay,
the
so we got basketball shaped head, comes down, flat chin, scaly. This is really starting to sound like Gypsy Rose Blanchard, but okay.
So I started swimming away. I yelled, Danny, help me, something's chasing me.
The fuck is Danny gonna
Carney's
do?
fiance, Dennis
The
Vasconcelos,
fuck is
had been
Danny gonna
fishing with
do
a
for
buddy on
you?
these rocks. He raced into the water.
She did drop the Newport.
I grabbed her by the ass, rear end.
Did he say he grabbed her by the ass? Holy fuck, we're never gonna get through this. This is incredible. Thank you.
Buddy on these rocks. He raced into the water. It's going to get her. I grabbed her by the ass, rear end, and I grabbed her like that, and I whipped her in. We're over her head. I whipped her in. I says, Rachel, just swim. Don't turn around no matter what you hear, right?
Don't turn
Now I stood
around,
there,
even if
things going
Gypsy
like
Rose
around me and stuff, right? And I
could be Jen McCabe. I'm sorry, I cannot with this. I gotta keep going back. Now it's great. Good.
raced into the water.
There we
Going
go.
to get her. I grabbed her by the ass, rear end.
By the ass?
Grabbed her like that, and I whipped her in. We're over her head. I says,
Jesus, a big worm? You got a worm on a berm?
Swim, don't turn around no matter what you hear, right? Now I stood there, and the thing's going like around me and stuff, all right? And I can see how big it is and stuff, and it's gigantic, okay? It has scales on it and stuff.
Stop, we're already
All of a sudden,
moist.
from you away, this big head comes up. Honestly, I've never seen nothing like this before in my life. It's like,
Yo, are they on meth? Just be honest. Is this meth? Like, what is this? Sounds like bath salts. Sounds like bath salts. I gotta go back.
raced into the water. It's going to get her. I grabbed her by
It's
the
gonna
ass,
get her.
rear end, and I grabbed her like that, and I whipped her in. We're over her head. I says,
Agreed, Julia. This is great advice.
I whipped her in. I said, Rachel, just swim. Don't turn around no matter what you hear,
It's
right?
Rhode Island, Emily.
Now I stood there, and the thing's going like around me and stuff, all right? And I can see how.
Hudson, you're distracting me, brother, but listen, I have an obsession with Nell. I probably have 6 bits in comedy about Nell. I will be doing it at my album recording next week. I'm obsessed with Nell. Chickaboo, chickaboo. I have music videos about Nell. I'm telling you, Nell is my shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want you to go back to where your family is from in Appalachia and take pictures of where Nell was for me. Please. I will pay you. Let's keep going.
Big it is and stuff. And
You're drawing this, Pat?
gigantic,
Thank you.
Okay, it has scales on it and
Kids
stuff.
are on it.
Now all of a sudden, from me to you,
Scales?
this big head comes up.
Big head.
I've never seen nothing like this before in my life. It's like a basketball. It's like this big.
It's like
okay?
he was gonna say football.
It comes up and it's got.
It's fucking Hey Arnold. They're scared of Hey Arnold. This is so
nothing
great.
like this before in my life. It's like
Is this true?
a basketball.
God.
It's like this big. Okay. It comes up and it's got these fangs, like my fingers, right? The first
Fangs.
this many in the bottom and about 2 or 3 at the top, plus layers inside. Okay.
Did he say 4 or 3 at the top plus layers inside? So now we got layers of teeth. Only 4 to 3 on the top and the bottom. This is really, really starting to sound like Gypsy Rose, but okay. Okay. It's a Gypsy Rose monster with Jen McCabe mouth. That's what we've gotten so far. This is crazy. False teeth. Yeah, it takes one to know it. Hey, say it, don't spray it, buddy. Right? It was an amazing movie.
And it's like
always
blacks
bothered me
on the
though
top
when I
a little
thought
bit, and it's got a
as the movie went on, I was worried he was gonna fuck Nell, and I didn't know how I felt about that. I was like, please don't fuck Nell. Like, don't fuck Nell. It's not cool. It's just not cool to fuck Nell. It's not okay. I know that she's old enough, but she's Nell. Like, she's a Feral Wood child. Don't do that. And it looked like it was going in that direction. It gave me anxiety, frankly. You know? And if you ever saw the movie with Christina Ricci, Pumpkin, back in the 90s, those were the vibes I was getting from it. It was wooded pumpkin is what Nell was. And I loved it.
couple of scales that you can see and stuff, and you can see the white starting under its neck, and it shoots water out of its nose, right? And out of its mouth, it goes like this to me. It goes,
oh yeah, that sounds like Gypsy.
water out of me. Now I think it's gonna kill me. You know what I mean? The group thinks the creature was attracted to blood from a nasty injury to Joey Melo's leg. Joey was
First of all, it's from a tampon that's on the beach. Don't tell me it's from. Also, why does this man have a leg wound that he's cleaning in the water? What the fuck? Oh, you guys didn't tell me this was going to turn into the Pennsylvania news. I mean, if it's a pimple, that's one thing, but this is a wound he's washing in the water. Oh my fucking God. And also, if it's attracted to blood, it's just a fucking shark or a big fish. Get away
In
from
the
it.
water as he is right now, cleaning his leg.
Oh my God.
Joey,
Is
how
that a
much
bad
blood was
tattoo?
there?
Is that a sublime
I bled
tattoo?
for
What's going
an
on
hour
here?
and a half, and it just wouldn't stop.
I will not ever go in salt water again because I am that scared.
That kid in the back, dude. That kid in the back. Look at him. He's like, this stupid bitch. He's just, they're pissed they can't go in the water because she had a fucking meth meltdown.
I thought it was dead that day. Honest, I didn't think he was going to make it in time to get me. I just thought it was dead. I thought it was a
Good night,
bomb.
Ozzy.
At first, I thought it was an eel, okay? Because it was, when it was rolling,
It's lizard
first,
people.
right? It would roll and you could see the white and stuff. But when it got to chase her, it was going like this. You know what I mean? Like they go a little bit like this, like a hump sort of. It sounds like a barracuda, similar. Like
Barracuda?
That, right?
Man, you're still in the moment right now, 2 days later. You're still in this moment, are you?
Wait. Shut the fuck up. Did he say 2 days later? So wait, they're dressed for the beach. Hold on. They came back 2 days later in beach clothes to cry about how they were never coming back here? This is crazy.
I went to bed. I've been going to bed with things grabbing me, wrapping around my neck, choking, fighting underground and everything.
There's literally babies in the background. Like, who are these people wigging out? I gotta.
Barracuda, similar, like that, all right?
Yeah, methamphetamine and
You're still in the
meth,
moment
you're
right
pissed.
now, 2 days later. You're still in this moment, are you?
I am flipped over this. I went to bed. I've been going to bed with things grabbing me, wrapping around my neck, choking, fighting underground.
It's your wife. You need to do the dishes, sir.
Still a mystery what the creature
Not doing
was.
enough.
State environmental agents checked out the scene today.
They're
and found
recreating it.
nothing, so the
Oh,
best
kind of like
guess-
how Rhoda was doing. Living it again for the investigation. I feel that.
comes from marine experts we checked with. They figure it may have been some sort of a tropical fish that migrated here with a warm Gulf current. Mother Ocean.
Of course.
We're live, Sean Daly, Eyewitness News.
It's a fish.
Moron, what's happening with the Amtrak crisis?
Did you just call him a moron? That's hilarious. Okay. We've got one more that you guys sent me, and then we'll talk about the rest of the subject matter I wanted to get to today. But I promised you I was going to share everything you guys sent me. So here we go. This one looks good. I do want to get some of your comments. They did get their 15 minutes. I mean, it was a 5-minute video. I stretched it to 15, so they got it. I appreciate them recreating the crime that the fish did. When the fish assaulted my wife, he touched her legs. She was scared. We're never coming to this beach again. It's been 2 days. We're here again. Porn Tash. Yeah, crock of BS. Release the Kraken. By all means, where is the real booty? Don't ever say that about Billy Ray Cyrus now, mama, or you're going to timeout. Billy Ray would never. Achy Breaky Heart was my shit. Tropical Fizz. I just love everything but the leg wound. It was bleeding for an hour and a half. Also, they were talking about it in past tense. So Joey's leg was bleeding 2 days ago and it's still an open wound and he's still cleaning it in the ocean. That's probably why. It does not look like clean water. Yeah, this is too much. Let's see what else you guys got. Who sent me this? Was this Hudson or was this Pat? Something about Dunkin. A Dunkin arson. Let's see.
Was closed following an arson over the weekend. Police say a teenager is responsible for all that damage. He's Watch 16's Nikki Kreiz joins us live from the Central Pennsylvania newsroom with more tonight. Nikki?
Julie, a lot of people in Shamokin are upset that Dunkin' Donuts is closed because they didn't have anywhere else to go for coffee and donuts. Today we also learned new information about the teenage girl police charged with setting the place on fire.
Oh, shit.
Yellow
Was
tape
it me?
surrounds the Dunkin' Donuts on West Sunbury Street in Shamokin. The popular donut shop is closed until further notice because of
Thank you,
extensive
Pat.
fire damage.
There's a lot of people that's definitely going to miss it, no doubt about it.
A teenager is charged with starting a fire inside the restaurant on Saturday night. Shamokin police officer Ray Psycho says no one was hurt, but the
Wait.
place has
They say Ray Psycho? First of all, I don't know if I have shared this with you, but your dad fucking hates Dunkin' Donuts. Your dad's not a Dunkin' girl. That's a North thing. I don't know what you guys are doing. It's shit. It's the worst coffee. It's so bad. I couldn't believe they admitted in trial to giving someone Dunkin' as a present. Shame. Shame on that whole thing. Shame on Auntie JJ, frankly. And I don't know who this girl is. I never condone arson, but, you know, I'm just saying, I don't know what her deal is, but I can empathize with that 13-year-old.
The teenage girl police charged
Yeah, where the
with
fuck
setting the
was
place
Rhoda?
on fire.
Where was she?
Yellow tape surrounds the Dunkin' Donuts on West Sunbury Street in Shamokin. The popular donut
Y'all are
shop is
great.
closed until further notice because of extensive fire damage.
It
There's
does
a
look
lot
like
of people that's definitely gonna miss it, no
Oh.
doubt about it.
A teenager is charged with starting a fire inside the restaurant on Saturday night. Shamokin police officer Ray Psycho says no one was hurt, but the place has extensive damage. Psycho says the fire was started inside the
Psycho.
women's bathroom. The toilet paper dispenser was lit on fire,
He's
and
fucking
within
psycho.
about a minute, the entire place was filled up with smoke.
The mother did explain that she's recently been put on new medication, but as far as for
shit.
what reason, we're unsure right now.
The 13-year-old who admitted to setting the fire is currently at a juvenile detention center. Many people.
I mean, I should fucking hope so. She took away half the town's fucking coffee. I mean, look, I don't like Dunkin' either, but if that's all you got, you live with what you got. And she took that. This is the most hated woman, I guarantee, in that town. If that's the only place to get coffee, and she took that from them, they better have her ass in protective custody.
People who live in Shamokin are upset that Dunkin' Donuts is closed.
Now I have to rely
Yeah, I
on
think it
myself
was.
to go to maybe a Turkey Hill or something where I don't like their.
Where the fuck is Turkey Hill? Why is it not as good as Shamokin? What is this fucking place? Holy shit.
Many people who live in Shamokin are upset that Dunkin' Donuts is closed.
Now I have to rely on myself to go to maybe a Turkey Hill or something where I don't like their donuts. I rather.
Well, take those fucking bangs back to Turkey Hill where they fucking belong. Am I right, people? I'm going back.
Donuts is closed.
Now I have to rely on myself to go to maybe a Turkey Hill or something where I don't like their donuts. I rather the donuts at Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm kind of dealing with it, but I really miss Dunkin' Donuts.
I go there every day. I get a chicken bacon croissant, or I get some coffee, Powerade if I'm dehydrated. I sit there all the time. If I have any like legal work.
Stop. Where's that still? Dutch Smith Doobie Shamokin. Oh my God.
I
This is
sit there all the
great.
time. If I have any like legal work that I need to do, I go there. I meet with
What legal work? What do you do for a living? I'm an Uber Eats driver, but I got a lot of legal work I gotta take care of.
legal work that I need to do. I go there. I meet with my attorneys there.
I'm gonna miss that place when it,
Oh, I
if it
get
don't
it.
open up. And a lot of my
How are people in this town gonna meet with their attorneys? How are they gonna meet with their attorneys? And this is just like the scene. I brought this up before, but remember when Janelle goes to get her feathers in her hair? And she meets with her lawyer where? Pretty sure it was at a Dunkin' Donuts. It was some shit like that. This is a great idea, Mary. Make your fucking coffee at home. Make your coffee at home. Don't go to Turkey Hill. Don't go to Turkey Hill looking like that. Oh my God. Taylorship Business and Dutch Shamokin.
Donuts.
I go there every day. I get a
I
chicken
go there
bacon
every day.
croissant, or I get some coffee, Powerade if I'm dehydrated. I sit there all the time.
Fuck, I love him. I gotta go back one more time. I promise I'll let it play through. I just cannot get enough of this.
I get a chicken bacon croissant, or I get some coffee, Powerade if I'm dehydrated. I
Also,
sit there,
by the way, that's how you fucking say croissant. You hear the way he said croissant? That was
or I get some
great.
coffee, Powerade if I'm dehydrated. I sit there all the time. If I have any like legal work that I need to do, I go there. I meet with my attorneys there.
I'm gonna miss that place when it, if it don't open up.
Oh shit, Edna.
And a lot of my friends go in there, get the cold coffee, iced
Oh,
coffee,
Edna.
I guess it's called.
People miss their local hangout and
God, I
hope
love
Dunkin'
Edna.
Donuts reopen soon here in Shamokin.
I'm sorry. Go back. I love you, Edna. Get with Edna. Get with Rhoda. You two together could be fucking gold, bitch.
Attorneys there.
I'm gonna miss that place when it, if it don't open up. And a lot of my friends go in there, get the cold coffee.
What intercourse,
iced
PA?
coffee, I guess
Shut
it's
up.
called.
People miss their local hangout and hope Dunkin' Donuts reopen soon here in Shamokin.
Cheap,
Did it?
classy place to meet up. It's a location where
Hold up. Did he just say a cheap, classy place? Aunt, sister, grandma's here? hydrated. Yeah, that cold coffee. This is, I am stunned. This is, first of all, we're going to do some live OSINT here in a minute. We need to find out what happened to Shamokin's Dunkin. Did they get it back? Do they have a place to meet with their lawyers? Do they have a place to do their legal filing? Do they have a place to wait for their bondsman to come and greet them after being released? Do they have a place to clip their fingernails? What are these people going to do? These big fucking birds.
Donuts reopen soon here in Shamokin.
Cheap, classy place to meet up. It's a location where you can meet up with your friends. It's the only thing this town has.
I believe that.
Officials don't know
I
when Dunkin'
believe that.
Donuts in Shamokin will reopen because the damage is so extensive. As for the teen who confessed to setting the fire, officers were able to confirm her identity through surveillance video shown on Newswatch 16. Nikki Cries, Newswatch 16, live in the Central Pennsylvania newsroom.
Okay, hold on. I've got news. I've got news. We've got news. Here we go. Got an update. Got a live update here. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened to the Dunkin' in Shamokin. To the Dunkin' in Shamokin. Boom. It looks like it reopened. It's open right fucking now. It closes at 9 p.m., you guys. Can you get there in time? How many of you are going to go there today and take a picture? I want to know who the real ones are. Where are the real ones at in chat? Where are you real ass motherfuckers coming from? Breaking news. I'm Grant Smith Ellis. Breaking news, breaking news. Do not assault me, ma'am. Ma'am, do not touch me. Seriously, who's going to fucking go? Someone needs to go. If you go, whoever goes to Shamokin Dunkin' amid the remodel as of February 19th. There's a remodel. After the fire. Wow, she really did a number. North Cumberland County, PA. Dunkin' is in town. It's easy to get to, says Ashley Stout of Shamokin. You don't got to go all the way out of town just to get Dunkin'. Wow, Ashley. Riveting. We got to get some steel. Got to move in a drive-thru. Oh, wow. This is a real news story. Okay, so they are really, this is a big deal to them. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. It's back. Dunkin' in Shamokin is back. Sorry, I'm reading a news article. I should have showed it to you. I don't know why I didn't. The point is, it's back. It's better than ever, it seems. This is incredible. If you go, 934 Google reviews? Oh my God. What's the lowest? You guys are getting a live OSINT breakdown of your dad looking into the case. I'm trying to be a Rhoda for you, okay? Sorry, we're out of donuts. Uh-oh. They ran out a lot? Probably because of the fire. Okay. Fancy new store, but same old story. Sorry, we're out of donuts. How can a donut shop run out of donuts? Do better, Dunkin'. That's the shirt. Right there. Do better, Dunkin'. I would buy that fucking shirt. One's in the chat if you would buy a Do Better Dunkin' shirt. And we can put Homegirl's picture on there. Do they even have a Shamoka latte? I was thinking of a Jamocha shake. A Shamoka shake. Yeah, her damn new meds. Her fucking... She took too many or not enough meds and accidentally burned down the Dunkin'. We've all been there. We've all burned down a Dunkin'. But listen. It's back and they're out of donuts? One's in the chat. Okay, so you'd wear a Do Better Dunkin' shirt? Excellent. Just 2. That's all I need. That's all I need to know. You're interested? I'm interested. Dunkin' don't donuts. Their coffee lakes taste like how trash smells. I know. The trash water. The bottom. Recommended dishes, hash brown and donuts. I thought you just fucking said they don't have any donuts. Unbelievable that workers will argue when a drink is made wrong. That's unbelievable to you? I believe it. Fucking Shamokin, dude. What do you expect? Drive-thru and parking are ridiculous. It's definitely the wrong spot for the drive-thru. Well, where is it? What's wrong with the drive-thru? Wait. if I can't see the picture where you guys can see it, well, we can just see it right there. It looks, yeah, it's pretty crammed, but damn, I want to go through these reviews all day, but we don't have time. But I'm determined. We're going to get to the point. Here are the other things I want to talk to you about, because I think that's all your videos. Did you have fun? Did you have fun watching your contributions and talking about OSINT? Because we're about to wrap it up. Because Dad has to go do things. But listen, something happened 2 days ago. Your dad missed it. He was busy. I believe this was the day all shit went down, or was this yesterday? Either way, Asa, Vicky, and Chris, the family of Rex Heuermann, were in a press conference. And it was on their front lawn. And they stood with their lawyer. And statements were given. I have not seen this yet. Just like the videos you sent me, I chose to hold off so that we could witness it together. So let's do that. And let's react and respond and discuss it. And then the last thing we're going to do is the update on Skylar Neese. So let me pause this. We hear Asa speak, I think for the first time so far, right? Other than when she is upset at the reporters. So this is going to be interesting. Melly loves Dunkin. She wants us to know that. Melly, you don't have to buy the shirt, but we can figure out a design that is not so hateful towards Dunkin for you. Where else would they hold the press guy? Exactly. It's a great place to do it, on the front lawn, especially because people already gathered there, you know? I mean, I'm not criticizing it in any way. I'm just telling you that they held it on the lawn, you know? And I think that that's actually pretty brilliant because, again, you know, the press is already there. In a way, it's kind of like some, not closure, but like a last final, like, okay, we are gathered here on the fucking lawn. You guys have been stalking us for months. You know where it is. It's a location that we don't have to get a permit for. You know, it's in front of the house. It's our home. We've already been in this position. May as well just get this over with, you know? It's almost like a last statement, too, for the neighbors. Like, this is the last you're going to see of this shit because we're about to put an end to it, hopefully. Fair enough. I support this. I do think that the reason it took a while is likely because of the NDA with Peacock or whoever. They had to work that out. But here we are. Let's see what they have to say. I'm very curious. Very, very curious. Hopefully it won't fucking take me down for this. Jesus Christ. All right. You guys ready? Let's watch.
1 year since accused Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann was arrested. This afternoon, his estranged wife and her attorneys spoke outside of the Massapequa Park home where she once shared with Heuermann. CBS 2's Lori Bordenero was there and has more on how the family is coping.
In the driveway outside their Massapequa Park home, the estranged wife and 2 children of accused Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann stood quietly as her attorney spoke to the media, marking 1 year since Heuermann's arrest.
They are collateral damage to the alleged actions of Rex Heuermann. Whether they happened or did not happen, whether he's innocent or guilty, their lives are forever turned upside down.
Heuermann's estranged wife wouldn't answer questions, only speaking briefly about her battle with cancer.
I'm not in remission yet. I have up to 3 years. Then the doctors will see if I'm in remission.
She was married to Heuermann for 27 years. On July 13, 2023, he was arrested at his Manhattan architectural office, charged with 3 of the Gilgo Beach murders. Within the next year, he was charged with 3 more. Her attorney says Heuermann is the main suspect in a 7th murder.
The family, although it may fall on deaf ears, does have sympathy for all the victims.
Heuermann's estranged wife is now part of a new documentary. Her attorney insists she and her 2 children were not involved in any alleged crimes, saying they're now focused on rebuilding their lives.
It's a matter of piecing their lives back together and how they're going to move on. Nobody wants to believe their family member, their dad, their brother, their husband would be capable of these kind of crimes.
Her attorney says the family.
You know what? Just right away, there's something. I just want to point this out. This is just my opinion, you know? When I'm watching stuff like this, especially with a family and it's a press conference, I look for a couple of key indicators. I don't know about you guys of, is this authentic? I guess you could say. Basically, do I buy what they're feeding me? It doesn't matter if I do. I could believe it or not believe it, and that's how they should feel. But you get hounded on by the whole world, probably a little sensitive, right? This takes balls. This takes balls after all the beatings they've been taking, the questions. They have no obligation to us to defend themselves because they did nothing. Well, I should say, if they did nothing, they have no obligation to defend themselves, right? Not only that, if they are a victim, they have absolutely no obligation to defend themselves. In fact, I believe the police have an obligation to defend themselves to this family, especially with the way they treated the house. Especially for, not doing an investigation for so long. Putting that investigation off meant 10, 15 more years with that monster if he was abusive to them. So we have to consider this shit, And when I see this, I see a couple things. And I just want to point those out while I have you here, those of you who are here. Here are the things that I see. And I want to use some examples to compare. Let me bring myself up a little bit here. Is there a better way to do that? Nope. Okay, let's get back to share screen. Sorry. Because I really want you to see this well, but I also, it doesn't give you very many good options here. Okay, we'll do this. That's fine. It looks like that little thing's in front of me. It's whatever. We'll do this. First thing that I see, and I'm going to be comparing for a reason. When I look at this, when the camera was panned out and we're seeing the whole house, right? When I'm looking at the house, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for upgrades. I realize they just raided it a second time. But one of the big accusations from not accusations, but one of the big things that they get dragged for by like John Ray's people, and by the media as a whole, and people who do not do their research and do not understand the complexities of the situation, maybe just people who are new at the case and buying everything the media is shoveling into their mouths like pig shit. They are making accusations about GoFundMes, right? This family got a GoFundMe. This family got $1 million from Peacock. They are making this family out like this family is being exploitative of the victims' families. Like they're exploiting the case. Like they're profiting and they're just fucking buying yachts and shit. Now, I think it's very important that she gave, no, she's not obligated to, but I think it's important that she gave an update on her battle with cancer. Because the few respectable news entities that have been reporting on this situation since it first leaked that Rex was the killer, the few out there that I consider respectable anyway, that have been consistently reporting facts that are provable, regardless of HIPAA violation, she can share medical records and it can be on deep background and a reporter can confirm it. Our sources confirm. That's why you see shit like that sometimes. There is one consistent thing that I have seen from the respectable news media, and that is Asa has cancer. She has skin and breast cancer. Again, she doesn't need to share that with you, but this is a problem because in 7 months' time, I believe at that time, it was in 7 months' time, their insurance is going to lapse. They cannot afford it. Rex not working means insurance goes bye-bye. Insurance is what pays for her skin and tit cancer. So what the fuck is she going to do when that shit goes the fuck away? This is an urgent problem for somebody who is undergoing or has ever undergone cancer treatment. You probably understand that. If you are in the chat and you know how fucking rough that can be, I'm sure it's easy to empathize with that. Now, I think people who haven't, or people who are just ignorant, or don't have a lot of compassion, I think that their head doesn't go there right away. Not everybody's a monster. Some of them are just ignorant, whether it's willful or not. People can be ignorant to that. They don't understand that struggle. So if you're not from America, by the way, because I do recognize that there are viewers here who are not from America. If you don't already know, I'm sure you might probably know. You might have an inkling that in America, our medical costs are astronomical. It oftentimes does not matter where you live. It's going to be a literal arm and a leg sometimes. There are places like Baltimore where patients go into the hospital, and even though they're injured, even though they have brutal infections, even though they very much need to be in the hospital long term, because they don't have insurance, they're not only dumped out in public, but they're dumped in their medical gowns. They're often dumped at bus stops right outside the hospital. It's not like France or Canada where they call you a cab or make sure you have someone with you. In America, you can walk into a hospital with life-threatening or potentially life-threatening injuries and be turned away. And it has happened. It's not supposed to, but it happens. In America, you will pay for every swab, every pair of gloves, every blanket that you don't even take home, but that you use in some hospitals. In America, you will go to an urgent care clinic and be sick and coughing, and they will say, we don't have room for you. We don't do walk-ins. You can have a fork stuck in your neck, and they will say, you need to leave. In America, you will see people laying on the sidewalk, and you wonder, are they dead? And the only thing that stops you from calling the ER or the police is because around them there are hundreds of others also laying on the sidewalk in 110-degree heat because they don't have a place to live. And if you're going to do that, the EMTs are going to show up and they're going to laugh at you. Or they're going to try to help and then they're going to be overwhelmed. Or they don't show up. That doesn't happen everywhere, but it happens. It is a very hard place, my whole point, to get care in general for an emergency that is life-threatening, as in, I'm going to fucking die today if I don't get some help. If you get an ambulance in Texas, they are contracted out to private companies, much like a privatized prison. At minimum, an ambulance ride for 1 mile is $500 in Austin. The company demands payment upon receipt of the bill. It sends it to collections as quickly as you possibly can. It does try to fit or hit your credit. Now, luckily, due to some federal guidelines, it can't hit your credit if it is a hospital bill from the hospital, but if it is from a contractor, especially a transportation one, it can. So that can affect your entire life. So basically in America, I personally know people who have opted mid-seizure, mid-heart attack, with a knife in them, people who have been shot, they have opted to drive themselves to the hospital, sometimes many miles, because they know that they cannot fucking afford an ambulance and they don't want to lose their home or car because of the hit to their credit or their ability to finance a loan or house or whatever. It is really crazy how hard it is to get help here when you have a serious, immediate emergency injury. It is not something that we can go get taken care of somewhere else if it is an immediate injury. If it's long term and you want to go get help somewhere else, you often have to have an address out of country. You have to have proof of residency. And if you need immediate help for a 6-month window before you could go to stage 4, what are you going to do? It's not as simple as people think it is. Now, Asa has a potentially terminal illness. She has a terminal illness. She has cancer. Breast, skin, it doesn't matter. Cancer is cancer. It's terrifying. There are different levels. There's remission, which if you don't know what remission is, It's kind of like, hey, you're in the clear for now. We've got the cancer, but we're waiting to see, could it redevelop? When you go into remission, it's like you're not having a flare up. With skin issues like psoriasis, you know, I've been in remission where there were years I didn't have any psoriasis on my body, and then it came back. So when it comes to cancer, if you think that a wound or an ambulance ride is expensive, holy fucking shit, let me introduce you to the C word. Millions of dollars in care and treatment. And the problem is you often have to go to a specialist, depending on what kind. Getting a specialist to handle your breast, your skin cancer, finding the right, you know, whether it's an oncologist, whoever you're looking for whatever it is. If it's eye, you have to go to 3 or 4 different doctors, you know, to find somebody who can handle not just the actual cancer, but the symptoms. If you're somebody who has arthritis, it can affect that. If you have lupus, it can affect that. God forbid you have another terminal illness that is because of that, something else that is killing you, an autoimmune deficiency. To find specialists and to be able to afford care without insurance, you're going to have to rely on public assistance. But in America, if you and your spouse did taxes together and he is your only support system and he was making over $150K a year and he has insurance, then you don't qualify for public assistance usually. Because even if he is in prison for being a serial killer, it still falls on you. And then there's the fucking deductibles. So now let's imagine you're dealing with that. You just found out your husband is a serial killer. You had no idea this is going on when you're out of town. And then the cops come and they wreck your fucking house. With good purpose, sure, but they wreck your fucking house. A lot of the things she has might be destroyed. They might not be resellable. Her house is not livable. The plumbing's fucked up. She's got people watching her every fucking move. Her autistic son is terrified. Her daughter is clearly depressed and now being called a cohort. And she's probably in a bit of shock, especially if she had no idea. Because now not only does she have to look forward to, how the fuck am I going to stay alive? But she has to, because who's going to take care of the kids? I understand Victoria's an adult, but she's a fresh adult. She's a new adult. When you're under 27, you're kind of a dipshit. You're still kind of a post-teen, if you will. You're kind of an idiot. 20s are where you figure it out and you fuck up and make mistakes. She's going to have to grow up quick and she's going to have to suffer a lot with all the doxing that's happened. So when I look at this house and I think about all the criticism they got for their GoFundMe, all the criticism they got for a peacock deal, all the criticism they got for just being who they are and for being victims, maybe themselves, for being duped by something a fucking man did. Because let's not forget, he did that shit. We're also really kind of minimizing how awful of a person he is by taking the hate from him and putting it on them. Why? We have evidence he did it. There's no evidence yet they had anything to do with it. Why do we have this need to lay off the guy who did it? If you're really pissed at Rex, if you really hate Rex for what he did to those girls, give him every ounce of shame and hate that he fucking deserves. Don't take any off of him to put on other people when you're not fucking damn sure. Don't minimize what those victims went through by taking the weight off Rex's shoulders. Don't you dare do that. That's an affront to those victims, and it's disgusting. And don't put that on someone who you have, again, no idea if they are involved or not. There's no proof that they are. They're not in jail yet. Don't put that hate on her without some court records to prove it, because everything we've seen in those court records has no indication that they, be it Chris, Vicky, or Asa, had anything to do with it. In fact, it said the otherwise. It said straight up they weren't fucking there. They didn't know. Let's take Jen Soto again. What do those court records say? She get headaches and say sleep with Stefan in the other bedroom. This guy that I've been broken up with for months, who did pretty gnarly shit, who looked at some crazy shit on the internet. There's a big difference here. One was in town. They were not. We have to consider when people put all that shit on this family early on, why did they do it? Because they accepted money? The insurance was up. She's got to be alive to help the kids. She's got to be alive so that Chris has someone to look out for him, to relieve the trauma that they as potential victims as well are going through. When I look at this house, I don't see any additions. I don't see any fixtures. I don't see Asa driving around in a new car. I don't even think that's a new dress. Victoria looks like she just got out of art class. Bless her heart. Poor thing. Chris is, luckily he has that support dog. Thank God. What a cutie. What a cute little dog. They're not living it up. Pat, I'm glad you said that. That is a great point. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. They're not living it up. They're living with what they got and they're trying to put things back together. I don't think that this family was looking to bank on this. I think that out of desperation, they had to look at their options. And the rest of the world's not making it very easy for them. When I look at this house, I go, wow, they let the police enter without any problems. They didn't tamper with evidence. They didn't get rid of anything. They still have the same fucking phone number, you guys. They're living with what they got. They're trying to get by. And I don't see a damn thing that's brand new here. It's not just that. I mean, look at their appearance. The first thing I want you to look at is look at their surroundings. They are not fucking Beverly Hillbillies over here fucking buying oil money. That's not what's going on, okay? They're not banking. It's fucking ridiculous. They're relying on old scrunchies to get by. And they're getting treated like they have brand new shiny scrunchies. And they don't. They aren't rich. I think they're trying to get by. I think they're trying to get to a happy life, and it could be a long time before they do. It is keyboard bullies and ignorant people. Ignorant. It's crazy. Highly doubt Asa had any knowledge of that Word document. Yeah. Because if she did, she'd be like, what the fuck is this? Like anybody would. Also, as someone who grew up on a farm, there is nothing, like my whole community is filled with farmers, ranchers, people who are fucking mechanics, people working construction. Everyone's dad had the hooks in the ceiling so that you can hang a fucking motor if you got to work on your car, so that you can suspend something if you're cutting wood, or you're like, nobody thinks you're going to fucking hang a woman in a cage. This isn't WWF Attitude Era. It's a garage. They're hoarders. They're hoarders. How easy is it to hide among a hoarder house? It's a lot easier to hide than among a minimalist house. I'll tell you that much. Fucking John Ray scrunchies. It's a lot. Trying to care for Chris and deal with cancer. That's a damn strong woman. Yeah. Here's the other thing. As if that wasn't enough, take a look at the precedent before this report. Let's consider that Shannon Gilbert's own sister, the surviving sister, not the one that's in prison, she said that's bullshit what John Ray did. She said that's bullshit what John Ray said. She does not support that. In the same fucking breath, he said this is not about money. He said that he is there to defend the estate of Shannon Gilbert. I don't know about you, but when I hear estate, I think money. legally speaking, he's taken a lot of fucking liberties. I think about that, and I think about how even Shannon, a victim's sister, is like, quit being a dickhead, dude. Fucking fix your scrunchie, John. You're out of fucking pocket, dude. In so many words, more eloquently than I could. Thank you for making it, Casey. We're going to watch this, the rest of this. We'll even go back for all of you who came in. She's going to need financial assistance. What about seeking help through the Office of Victims and Crime? So typically, if it's, it's kind of this, all the states are different, but at least in Texas, it's really hard for the families of missing and murdered anybody to get crime victims fund. And here's why. Because they have to focus on the victims first. And typically it's like a grant, I believe. And it's also taken out of the money that comes back in court. Like some fines will go to it. Everybody has their own way of allocating the resources. I believe in Texas we have there, when you get your voter registration card or you register to vote, you can donate like $1 to the Crime Victims Fund. There's a lot of other ways that they source that money, but they have to focus on getting the victims help first. They typically tap out of those funds pretty early. So extending those resources to the family can be very difficult. That can rely on donations. It can rely on pro bono offerings from lawyers, therapists, all sorts of people. But yeah, it's kind of, they're basically like, there's too many people that need the resources and there's not enough resources, even if the money comes from the state. And it's just a lot, it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to find in a budget. And you got to remember that, they also rely on the advocates themselves and volunteers and stuff. Some offices, depending on how wealthy the state is or how much is allocated for the Crime Victims Fund, some offices do a damn good job and they do have a little surplus at the end of the year, but it's so rare. It's so rare. But yeah, I've worked with a family of, I was talking to Roxanne Paltoff's family. They were never offered therapy or anything, like any sort of Crime Victims Fund help. As far as like, this is a trauma. The murder wasn't even acknowledged yet. So technically there's no crime. It's a loophole. It's fucked up. And I don't think they can get help. They, I believe, have to file they have to file paperwork, and I believe maybe even get a lawyer to file it for them, which is this guy, to get the city or the county to take care of whatever damage was done to the house. And I know here in Texas, they don't automatically do that. It's kind of like you have to sue them. I will do some research on that. I believe they already filed paperwork though with the state to handle that. They might even be having to sue them for that. And also remember the guns, dude. She wanted those guns back and everyone's like, oh, she wants to go kill people. She wants to have it. No, dude, guns are worth a lot of money. And cancer costs a lot more than $1 million. If you can believe it, people outside of America without insurance and with the inability to get public assistance with insurance, because even if she did sign up for America Care or whatever, like she's gonna have to pay deductibles and shit. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, like it costs way more than $1 million, and she's got two kinds. And I think that when I look at this house and I see the state of it, I see how they're spending whatever money they do have, and they don't seem to be. How cocky are they? Are they talking shit online? Are they being like those people at the beach? Are they the Guidos in the car? No. They're hiding because they're going through some shit. That's respectable. It's really crazy that they should have to do this. But because of the trolls and John Ray's crazy fucking loose ass scrunchy nature, this is what's happening. Let's go back a little and see the rest. But I just, I look at this. She's not smiling. She's not frowning and looking angry. She just looks traumatized. She looks like someone who's just like glazed over dealing. This is embarrassing to have to talk about your personal health with strangers who call you names. So I sit there and I look at her and I go, wow. This does not look like anybody trying to sway opinion in any ways. She's just getting through it. To me, it seems very genuine. The kids look embarrassed, upset, sad, scared. I understand they're in their 20s. They're still kids. We're all dipshits in our 20s. We're all children. We're barely adults in our 30s. So let's keep watching this. But that's what I see. I think this was a wise move.
It happened or did not happen, whether he's innocent or guilty, their lives are forever turned upside down.
Heuermann's estranged wife wouldn't answer questions, only speaking briefly about her battle with cancer.
I'm not in remission yet. I have up to 3 years. Then the doctors will see if I'm in remission.
She was married to Heuermann for 27 years. On July 13, 2023, he was arrested at his Manhattan architectural office, charged with 3 of the Gilgo Beach murders. Within the next year, he was charged with 3 more. Her attorney says Heuermann is the main suspect in a 7th murder.
The family, although it may fall on deaf ears, does have sympathy for all the victims.
Heuermann's estranged wife is now part of a new documentary. Her attorney insists she and her 2 children were not involved in any alleged crimes, saying they're now focused on rebuilding their lives.
It's a matter of piecing their lives back together and how they're going to move on. Nobody wants to believe their family member, their dad, their brother, their husband would be capable of these kind of crimes.
Her attorney says the family will stay in their home until the criminal case is over. He says he expects the trial is at least a year away. In Massapequa Park, Lori Bordenaro, CBS 2 News.
Okay. So that was that. What do you guys think? I think that it was a good idea that they spoke out. I think everything that they said made sense. I believe them. She didn't even make a face or anything. It's totally believable. Like, she was just like, it looked mortifying for those kids, honestly. I feel bad for them. I also feel bad for the victims' families, you know? It's a lot. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't think that that little girl or that boy or even us had anything to do with it. I stand by that. And it was not her art. We're going to go through that again one of these days soon. I do want to talk to you about one more thing. I think we'll talk about this in the next episode, but I want to show you real quick what happened after giving you a brief rundown on this case. This case that I want to talk to you about is about a girl named Skylar Neese. She was a 16-year-old from West Virginia. She was murdered by 2 of her female friends. And here, I'm going to put up just the whole window. Let's just do that. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, Skylar Neese was a 16-year-old from West Virginia, and she had some friends, Rachel Schoaf and Sheila Eddy. Now, these are them. One of them is Rachel, and one of them is Sheila. This is Skylar. She started hanging out with these girls when, and no, this is not Slenderman. No, not at all. These girls are like the girls in school who smoke. You know, they smoke cigarettes, they smoke pot. One of them has a car. They're rich. One of them has a really cool aunt with a boat who's like, yo, you guys want to go on the lake? They are given a lot of freedom in their life. Now, Skylar was a really sweet little girl. She was a daddy's girl. I have never cried harder than watching her dad cry in court. He was Dan in the show Roseanne. He was John Goodman at his peak. That is who Skylar's dad is. And her mom is just a sweet little lady who you can tell watches QVC, and I love them both. And they're from West Virginia way, up near the Holler. She was 16, Sarah. She was 16 years old. So Sheila and Rachel, even though they're bad girls, they also have taken to social media. There's a ton of OSINT in this case. In fact, this is a post from Sheila. Skylar was murdered in 2012, right before this post. And here's the thing. These two girls start hanging out with her. Now, the rumor has it, and it's pretty much confirmed by now, that they were in a relationship, a lesbian relationship. Now, in West Virginia, that can cause some problems in 2012. So there were a lot of issues with them not wanting people to find out. Supposedly, allegedly. I mean, there's a lot to back it up. But anyway, they bring in Skylar to their friend group. Now, Skylar hung out with theater kids. Skylar's best friends in the Dateline documentary, if you want to go watch it, which I will link below. Skylar's friends were, literally the kids in Mean Girls, the big sweet gay boy and the art girl. That's who she wanted to hang out with and who she was friends with. But once they got to high school, she started hanging out with these two hoes. Now, these two hoes, they like to do things like, get together and film themselves talking about how should we die? How would you die if you were murdered? How would you rather be murdered? Would you rather, but with death? They like to drive around the hills of West Virginia after sneaking out at night and smoke pot. Who doesn't? But they'd also talk about creepy shit. And they would text each other all day. And they would watch really weird videos. And there's a lot of footage on it. And we're not going to play it all now. But we are going to play it soon. We're going to go over some of the media in this case. Next time, it's going to be video audio. This time, we're just telling the basic story. This is Rachel in A Midsummer Night's Dream, the high school play, right after they murdered Skylar. And the reason I'm going in this order is because I kind of just want you to see the amount of OSINT so that you can dig in on your own before we really get into this. But basically, this is Alexis Eddy. This is Sheila Eddy's cousin. Her and Skylar and Sheila and Rachel here. There's Rachel. She was in the school play right after the murder. And Sheila. See, there's Alexa, Sheila, Alexa. So they all would constantly communicate on all sorts of different mediums in 2012, namely Facebook, Twitter, a couple of different places online, Tumblr. They made a lot of videos to post on YouTube. There's so many. It's very poor quality, very weird subject matter. They would listen to a lot of really bad, just terrible music that wasn't very good. But in 2012, some people thought it was, but it was just a lot of almost like 303, but shittier somehow. Anyway, they would listen to a lot of weird music. They talked very grown up for their age, these two girls, and it started rubbing off on Skylar. Now, Skylar, who worked at a Wendy's, she was a good kid. She had never snuck out before. And then one day she did. And she felt so bad that when she came to Wendy's to work, her parents called and they said, "Where are you? Where have you fucking been?" And she said, "I'm sorry." And she admitted to it. She said, "I snuck out, It was the first time she'd done it. And she did it to go smoke pot with these two hoes. They treated her like their bestie. She knew all their secrets. They hung out with her all the time. For a couple months before her death, these two bitches planned in advance for months on how they were going to kill Skylar. When they were later asked in court during sentencing why they did it, they said because she was annoying. That's it. So not only did they instigate pulling her from her friend group and kind of succubus her, convince her, alienate her from everybody else that she was close to. They brought her into the group. They made her feel like one of them. They asked her the same questions they ask each other. They made her part of a triumvirate. And they swooned her. They swooned her. And then they plotted to murder her. And the way they decided to do it was they were going to convince her to sneak out of her window at night, just like she'd done before. And what's even more psychotic is there's reason to believe through some evidence that we'll go through in the future that this one right here, Rachel, that her big thing was, we're going to do some test runs almost. Like, we're going to convince her to just come out and hang with us a few times and see if she'll do that. And they did that. And then even after she got caught, they continued to try to almost train her to trust them. She had no reason to, but she was so, what's the word? It's not gullible. She was impressionable, but she was so longing to be a part of their group because they started to, at the same time as they would invite her to these places, pull away from her and subtweet her, i.e. talk shit about her in code to the cousin and to others around school, and they gaslit her. Now, these bitches were out here gaslighting and starting shit before I even knew what that word meant. That is a psychotic thing to do for an adult man, an adult woman. But for teen girls to do that is next level shit. So they convince her to trust them. And then they pull away. And then she'd start to feel isolated, get scared, get worried. Like, are they not my friends anymore? Are they not wanting to include? And then they fucking almost love bomb her, you know? That's the pattern that I saw. When this was going down in 2012, and there were reports on, I told you guys I love West Virginia news. I've been watching this shit for years. There were reports on her being missing. And when it popped up, first thing you do, look into Facebook. And when you looked into it, you see these posts, this exact post. A bunch of people saw these posts from Sheila and Rachel and on Twitter. We miss you. I'll never forget our last night with you. Blah, blah, blah. Over and over. Just like in Molly Tibbetts, you could see everything. Just like in Koberger at the beginning, you could see everything people were posting about it. What's crazy is the shit like this. All I want is my best friend to come home. I wish I knew something to give the police a lead or so she can come home, but I didn't know anything. I'd do anything to have her home right now. Now, here's the thing. What they did was they convinced her one night to sneak out with them, get in the car, and go smoke. And they go pick a spot in the woods in West Virginia. And they decided in advance. They made a plan and they said, we'll go on 3. And they tell her to go ahead. And they even pretend, I think the story is, if I remember correctly, it was something about like they pretended that they had to go back to the car and get a lighter. Something that had to do with they couldn't get the lighter. So she's sitting there trying to figure out, what are we going to do? And they're saying they're going to smoke pot, you know? And then they tell her something and one of them has to go back to get the lighter. She has to go back. And when she turns around to walk, they go 1, 2, 3. And then they both start stabbing her in the back. Literally. A fucking lot. She dies. I'm not going to go into more detail about that. It's very graphic. What they did to her and the state that they left her in was awful. They then took their clothes and changed them, put them in trash bags, I believe, stuck it in the trunk. They took bloodied knives that they had stabbed in her back, dude. They got in the car and they drove the fuck back home. And not only did they do that, but in the morning, when the dad's like, oh my God, where's Skylar? He starts freaking out. They start calling. Did she sneak out again? Because guess what they found? This is 2012. They found ring footage of her getting into a silver car. Now, here's the thing. They were in a silver car, but Dad didn't know that. He didn't know the specific car that they took that day belonged to one of the girls, and neither did the cops. So all they knew is a blurry license plate of a silver car pulled up. She got out of the window, got in the car, and now she's gone forever. Now, to make matters worse, that same weekend, 2 bank robbers were basically robbing a shitload of banks in the area. They eventually found her body in the woods with no help from these fucking psycho hoes. But when they found her body in the condition it was in, with leaves covering it and foliage and sticks, and they saw all of the wounds and what had been done to her, it had been, I believe, something like a month or 2. It had been a few months. Might have even been long. I think it was like 6 months. It was crazy. They found her murdered. She was missing for a long time. Actually, I have it pulled up here. It was, here we go. It was December 12th was when they confessed. Yeah. So it was July 6th on midnight. She was found January. Oh my God. That's almost more than half a year. In the heat in West Virginia. Her body sat. And in that time, these hoes did a play at their school, A Midsummer Night's Dream. And infamously, not only did they say we go on 3 and then stab their friend, they were quoted as bragging about it to classmates. So much so that they posted on fucking Twitter during the investigation. Where is it? Look at this. We really did go on 3. We really did go on 3. Notice they were busted July. Look at this, April. Before they were even caught. They posted this on Twitter. We really did go on 3. That's how much they talked about this to their classmates. Oddly, they tagged the cousin and all the surrounding shit. And she likes to play like she didn't know anything. Yeah, right, bitch. It's fine. She's dead now. Drug overdose. We really did go on 3 and then on 3 to the cousin who never got tried, right? She says she didn't know. Okay. Now you may think, who narked? How'd they get caught? Not only was it good police work, they finally figured out the fucking car thing. Took them long enough, but Rachel went crazy. This one. Because here's the thing. They had a deal when they were planning this. They said, we need to get this done before church camp. I just want to repeat that. They told each other in front of people at school and to their friends when bragging about killing a 16-year-old girl. They said, we just wanted to get it done before church camp. Now, here's the other crazy part. This one right here, she started to have a nervous breakdown one day. Next time we talk about this, we're going to listen to the call. But I highly recommend watching the Dateline. She had her parents call 911 to get a hold of her fucking crazy ass. Because her crazy psychotic bitch hoe ass decided to have a mental breakdown because she couldn't take the heat anymore. Because she was about to be asked questions by the cops. She was worried about her future, about being the star of the High School Musical. She was worried that colleges wouldn't accept her because rumors were flying and the police wanted to talk to her. So one day she has a fucking mental breakdown and she starts screaming and attacking her parents like death fucking becomes her. She starts throwing shit. She starts wrecking the room. She starts screaming. She literally goes from 0 to Annette Bening in American Beauty. And her family's so terrified, they call the police. And there is an epic 911 call where they are like, holy shit, our teen has gone wild. And you hear her in the background screaming. And I got to tell you, it sounds fucking genuine. It sounds like someone who absolutely lost their fucking mind. Simultaneously, they finally admit it. She comes forward, which forces Sheila forward. And that's when they start finding the OSINT. All of this is them talking and bragging about what they did to their friend. And it gets worse. The night after Skylar goes missing, while the dad's crying because his daughter's missing, he's crying to police. Guess who's there comforting Skylar's dad? Sheila and Rachel. And then this is before they're caught, after they killed her. So, this is her cousin trying to make excuses, even though she knew, but she's dead now. This is an amazing website called SkylarNeeseMurder.com to keep her name alive so that people remember what these bitches did, these wacky ass out-of-pocket bitches. And the reason it exists, I think, from what I can tell, is because it wants to keep you up to date and remind you what happened. Because every couple of years, these two heifers get a parole hearing. And that parole hearing depends almost solely on people from the public saying, oh, fuck no, don't let those hoes out. Those hoes ain't loyal. In all seriousness, families actually need to campaign like they're running for fucking president to keep the murderers of that little girl in prison. Thank God they do, because the parole board denied parole for her killer again, as they keep doing between Rachel, Sheila. You'll see it all. Last year, Rachel was up. She got denied. So, I want to announce this. Just happened last week. But at the same time, I want to tell you the story. If you don't already know it, I'll show it to you. You've seen it. We've discussed it. We'll go in depth on it later because I think it's important to constantly remind people of this. But I do, again, highly recommend going and looking up the state line. I will put a link. Yes, their prison here is on point. It is really crazy. They actually discussed that in texts and letters. We'll go over that tomorrow. We're going to go deep into the OSINT. Or this week, I should say. I wanted to play you out on this because this is the fruits of a lot of labor. This is why some people are like, why do we keep reliving cold cases? You know? Let me actually pull that down so I can get you the one with sound. People want to know why we relive cold cases sometimes that, already closed. Well, the reason is because we got to keep these hoes in jail. We got to keep these heifers caged, Free Britney, get rid of these. No, actually, cage Britney. She's fucking wild again, too. But we need to cage these hoes. We need to keep them caged. And the way they do that is advocacy. Getting people who are even complete strangers like you and me, anybody, to write to the parole board and say, I don't want them out. Fuck that. Gotta do that. And the only way to do that is to tell Skylar's story over and over again. Otherwise, you got to see a sad dad. And nobody likes a sad dad. So I'm going to play you out on this. This is the update for Skylar's killer. Fuck them. May they all be fucked. Both those bitches. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you kids the most. God bless. Here we go. Oh, shit. I hit the wrong button. All right, let's see. Here we go.
For the second time in a little over a year, the state parole board has denied parole for one of its Skylar Neese's killers. 12 News' Eric Miner was there as Neese's family joined the hearing by way of telephone from Pennsylvania. He's live with us now in the studio with more. Hey, Eric.
Don, the killing of 16-year-old Skylar Neese in 2012 by two of her teen friends was motivated by fear that Neese would expose a romantic relationship between Rachel Schoaf and co-defendant Sheila Eddy. Schoaf, up for parole today, says she has matured while in prison, earning a bachelor's degree in communications and a certificate in cosmetology. But after emotional impact statements from Skylar's parents and deliberating for about 10 minutes, the state parole board ruled that Schoaf would stay at the Lakin Correctional Facility in Mason County. Skylar's parents applauded and embraced after the parole board rendered its decision. The hearing, held by the way of telephone, as Don mentioned, with the board being in Charleston, Schoaf in Mason County, and Skylar's family and friends listening in from a community center in Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. Part of the reason the board gave for denying her request for parole was that Schoaf's post-release home plan needed more work, and the board also cited a recent case in which Schoaf was written up for allegedly kissing another inmate. in the facility. While Schoaf gave tearful testimony today, Skylar's father wasn't buying it.
Rachel Soph is going to go through her life manipulating and lying her way in and out of trouble. And this time she did something she can't take back. You can't produce Skylar, nobody can. So therefore, her life should be confined to bars. She is a rat that got a deal, that's all.
Rachel Schoaf's next parole hearing is scheduled for June of 2025. Schoaf's co-defendant, Sheila Eddy, who was sentenced to life, is not eligible for parole until May of 2028. Coming up on 12 News at 6, we'll hear from some of Rachel Schoaf's testimony to the parole board and more reaction